It's all yours. Hey everyone, welcome back to First Play, the show where we learn how to play the game for the first time, and you guys get to watch us do it from home. Today we're kind of cheating, because me and Mike sort of did this before, this particular game, but being the rocket scientists that we are, we didn't have audio going. So hopefully this time you guys can hear us. Anyways, Shelby's back, and so are you.
Ivan.
There you go. Thank you. Anyways, they've both been gone for a little bit. I've been longer than Shelby, but anyways, they're back. And that's your guys' first time playing this.
Yes.
So we have tactical advantage. Excellent. Well, we played it once, but yeah, okay. The game's not too hard to pick up, in my opinion. So we're going to go through the rules so you guys get the benefit of understanding how the rules work. And the people at home can actually understand it too. So, Mike, we're done with setup. Yes, we go to rules.
Okay, so you have a player turn card there.
Cheat sheet.
Phases of play. So if you move, players without a mount move 2.
Well, you want to do with the start thing where you have a choice. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I just skipped over the description of each phase and went straight to the description of the rules. So you can see the phase turn, check for this, check for that. It's right in front of you. But the explanation is a little different.
The big important mechanic of start a turn is you can gain $20, okay, or you can draw 2 poker cards, or you can gain $10 and a poker card. So depending on what you need, you have some choice there what you want.
And you'll be playing poker if you want to.
Yeah.
Be aware of poker values. Anyway, so when you get to the action phase, there's the 4 things that you can do. Move is 2 spaces unless you own a horse, which is available for like what, $50 or something like that.
You can get a mule for $30 and a Mustang for $50.
And they will increase your movement by the amount of move they show on their card.
3 or 4.
Yeah. So you may move your mini any spaces adjacent to your current. Diagonal spaces are considered adjacent. The only exception to this are the 2 mesas, which are surrounded by a red dashed line in the center of the board. Mesas are not considered spaces for movement. So everything inside the dotted red lines you cannot go into. So spaces are considered to be within town if they are located within the thick lines surrounding dark rock and red falls.
So
outside of town is everything not in those 2 towns. You may use an action on a card. Poker cards, item cards, even some character cards which have the word action printed on them can be used during the phase to take special actions otherwise unavailable. When a player chooses to use the action on a card, they must do the following in order. Place the card face up on the table and read the text aloud. Carry out the necessary steps to complete the card's text. If the action taken is on a poker card, then place it in the discard pile, which will be right here, by the way. However, if the action taken is on a character card or an item card, simply follow the instructions on the card. You can also, as a arrest, duel, or rob another player. Fights are broken up 4 steps, taken in order: declaration, reveal, reaction, reward. Declaration: a player can only initiate a fight against another player in the same space. This player that is referred to as the target player. The active player must declare which type of fight: arrest, duel, or rob. Each type 1 marshal point. And the target player must have at least 1 wanted point. Seems fairly obvious. Starting with the active player, players alternate resolving start of fight effects until all effects have been resolved. Active player then chooses 1 poker card from their hand and places it face down on the table. This is the card they will use in the fight. The target player must now decide if they will fight or decline. If they fight, they also choose 1 poker card from their hand and place it face down in front of them. This is the card they will use in the fight. If they decline, the active player immediately wins the fight. In this case, skip to the reward. Then you have reveal. Both players simultaneously reveal their selected card to resolve any bonus effects from abilities, items, weapons, and or poker cards. Players may now use reaction effects on poker cards in hand. The active player has the first opportunity to use a reaction. After the active has played a reaction or declined, the target may use a reaction. Continue this in actions. The players in the fight receive penalties and rewards based on the type of fight chosen, arrest, duel, or rob. The winner is the player that has the highest value card after effects are applied. Values cannot be increased or only decreased and never lower than the rank of 2. The active player wins all ties, except if you fight me. Anyway, regardless of the type of fight, the player that loses the fight always gains 1 wound and draws a poker card. The target player declined to fight are automatically considered to have lost the fight. Arrest. Marshal players only. If the active player wins, they gain a marshal point. The arrested player gains 1 wound, draws a poker card, and is placed at the sheriff's office with the sheriff. The player also loses all 1 rounded up. They don't feel like being arrested. Duel. If the active player wins, they gain 2 legendary points. Rob. If the active player wins, they gain 1 wanted point and may choose to steal either half of the target player's money or half of their gold nuggets, rounded up. Additionally, they may also steal 1 cattle token from the target player if they are carrying one. If the target player declines a fight, the active player must still discard the poker card they chose during declaration. Place all poker cards played during the fight into the discard pile next to the poker deck. You can only fight a specific player once each turn. They can, however, initiate a fight against a different player as long as they have enough actions to do so. Card values. When determining the winner of a fight, players will compare the numerical or face card value of their chosen card. The numerical card can be determined by seeing which card has the highest number. Ace is high. So
you're not making a poker hand, it's just the single card.
Not for the fights.
Not for the fights. Poker is a different thing. Okay. And then if you look at the back, you have all your poker.
You can go play poker.
You can go play poker in different places.
Yeah. That's how Mike won last game.
Yeah, I had the guy with the game poker thing, so I was playing the poker.
Doc Holiday,
the card chart guy.
No, he played probably Wild Bill.
I think I played Wild
You
Bill.
had the guy that did.
$20 when he.
No, you took the guy that.
Yeah, Wild Bill has a bunch of gambling things.
Wouldn't take the wound losses of hands of cards, I thought. But
it might have been. I don't remember. Anyway, yes, I went and played a lot of poker. You may take a location action. The majority of actions a player can take on their turn are at locations. To take a location action, you must be in the space. To take a location at either the general store or saloon, you can be in any one of the 3 neighboring places because you'll see that the icon is in an intersection as opposed to being in the space itself. So like this one and that one.
Yeah. So
the player must be in one of the 3 neighboring spaces. Locations or specific actions are listed on the following pages. So there is the general store. To purchase or upgrade any number of item cards as long as you have enough money to do so. I'll just cover these real quick because there's a lot of details. Playing poker. Neighboring a saloon. When you play a hand of poker, you take an action, pay 10, draw a poker card. Any other players are in the same town, they may also choose to pay the $10 ante to draw 1 poker card and join.
Because it orders everything in that town? No. In the same town?
If you are in the same town,
so it doesn't matter if you're neighboring or not, you can join.
You have to initiate
all you
neighboring.
have to be is in. They do not have to be on a saloon space.
Okay.
If you're in the town when somebody initiates, you go, hey.
I want to play too.
$10 and draw a poker card. No other players join. The player to the right of the active player takes the role of the dealer. The dealer sets aside their current hand of poker cards, draws 4 poker cards from the deck as their hand. The saloon always adds $50 to the pot as a reward for winning, regardless of number of players in the hand. All antes from players in the end, the $50 are referred to as the pot. After all players have paid their ante and drawn their cards, the top 3 cards of the poker deck are revealed. This is card called the flop. Players then must make the best 5-card hand from the 3 revealed cards, along with 2 more cards from their hand. If a player has no poker cards when they ante, they must play the 1 poker card they just drew. The rankings of poker hands, see the table below. The best hand wins the pot. Losing players draw an extra poker card. The active player wins all ties. If the active player wins, they also gain a legendary point. If the dealer wins, they gain no reward, and all the money in the pot is returned to the supply. All poker cards played in the hand are then discarded. If 2 non-active players are tied in poker, split the pot, rounded down between those 2 players. D3 prospect for gold is at these locations variously around. While at a mine space, you may take an action to prospect for gold. Rolls both prospecting dice and 4 possible results: gold nuggets, tailings, gold dust, and gravel. Gravel is nothing. Gold dust is $10 and reroll. Tailings is $10. You can go to the $ bank and deposit nuggets. By the way, I think it shows you can only have a maximum of 4.
It's in your tin.
4 nuggets, or so there's 4 circled X spots in your tin there.
Even says maximum 4 on the little
So you can only have 4 nuggets. Just like in your little pouch, you can have a maximum of $120 at any one time. So if you go into the bank and you sell $80 worth and you have 60 in your thing, you're only going to get 60.
Yep.
Take an action to sell your gold nuggets. For each gold nugget is $20. Return them to the supply. So anything, gained above them. So you can heist. Player versus guard at the bank. Spend an action to initiate a heist. Do so must first fight the guard at the bank to succeed. They only initiate a heist action once per turn. So there's fight cards involved. You draw a fight card. It's not a poker challenge type of. You resolve it using fight cards, just so you know. We'll go into that when that happens. But D6 heat. Well, the reward for poker card. You reveal a poker card. Guard chooses one to play face down out of the 2. Active player gain $80 and 3 wanted points. Where's
Not
the
good
bank?
to rob
I'm
the
headed
bank.
for the bank. Right.
You will.
Headed for the bank. If the active player loses, they gain a wanted point, 1 wound, and a poker card. Discard the poker cards and put the fight cards on the bottom of the fight deck. There's a red cross, well, white cross in this case, spot that you can heal.
I'm on the dock.
While at the doctor's office space, player may pay $10 and take an action to lose all their wounds. They then draw 1 poker card for each wound that they lost. Nice place to hang around if you're going to be in a lot of fights. Revel. D6 is the 2 masks. Twin mask location. It's at the cabaret. They take an action to gain legendary points. For every $30 you spend, you gain a legendary point. Now there are 2 locations for acquiring cattle, green and blue. While at a ranch space, if a player is not already carrying a cattle token, so obviously you can only have 1, a player may take the acquire action to gain 1 face down cattle token. Cattle tokens are placed on the player's mat until the cattle token is delivered. You can look at the reward on the cattle token at any time. They vary. Players can only carry 1 cattle token. Cattle tokens can be delivered 1 of 2 ways. You can wrangle them, end up in the rail station. They may deliver their cattle token to gain 1 marshal point and the reward listed on the back of the cattle token. Guess I won't be doing that. This does not require an action. Once a cattle token is delivered, shuffle it in with the other cattle tokens in the respective ranch. Rustle. This might sound like something I might be interested in. After a player ends a move at a ranch of the opposing color, they may deliver their cattle token to gain 1 wanted point and the reward listed on the back of the cattle token. This does not require an action. Once a cattle token is delivered, shuffle it in with the rest of it. You may go to any location and take a work action to gain $10. Available at any one of those symbols. So when you're running short on cash, you because a lot of things can't be accomplished without money. And so if you bankrupt yourself, you can always work at a location to get $10 and get kickstarted, so to speak. At the end of the player's turn, they perform the following steps in order to resolve all. Discard down to the maximum hand size 5 poker cards minus 1 poker card for each wound they've taken. If they are wanted, gain legendary points based on which row they occupy on the wanted track. So if I sit there, I gain a legendary point. I'm still on the track.
Okay.
If they have acquired legend points equal to or greater than the amount set for the game length, this triggers the end of the game. Finish the current round. Each player will then take one more turn, including the player triggered it next in clockwise becomes the next player in clockwise order becomes the active player, starts their turn. So these tracks. So we get so he explained the story cards. Did you basically understand that? The person that puts
so there are 2 stories active.
The person that puts the last one on takes the card and reads the back of it and gives the whatever happens to the 1 or 2 players that had their discs on it.
And for those watching, the context says how you can put your disc on it.
Yeah, so you either end your location outside of a town, end your turn in a location outside of the town, and you get
for that story card,
or you spend $80 in town with a single action. Okay.
Okay, but it yes.
And then we would move that one and new whatever
There's one
context for
underneath
the.
it. There's a ton.
You can only add 1 story disc to 1 story card on your turn, so you cannot simultaneously spend $80 in town and end your turn out of town and try to get both of them. Can't be done. Okay. But it's the player who puts the last one on, resolves it. Read the narrative, resolve the reward. Contributed more than 1 only gains a reward once. Spawn bandits in all of the indicated bandit hideouts, if any. Bandits cannot be spawned to a space already containing a player, the sheriff, or another bandit. The sheriff is active. The sheriff is active. The player that resolved the story card moves the sheriff the indicated number of spaces, 0 to 6. This may cause an arrest to trigger. So yeah, this is how you can activate sheriff to go chase him, or anybody else that's in the wanted track, or go chase one of the bandits. So, there's 3 spaces there. Yep. Okay, so marshal and wanted points. You can have one or the other, but never both. However, if a marshal player gains any amount of wanted points, they forfeit all their progress on the marshal track. So don't go rob the bank while you're the marshal, because everything you gain. So,
Yep.
okay, forfeits all and moves the scoring cube up to the wanted track. Marshal points can be awarded players keeping the peace. You can order them. You can get them in the following ways: defeat a bandit in a fight, 1 point; wrangle cattle, 1 point; arrest a wanted player, 1 point; use the action on a poker card living legend, 1 point; story card rewards as indicated on the story cards.
So you could use actions on the cards at any time, or is it only in
when
combat?
it specifies? They're usually very specific about when they can be used. So, when you gain any amount of points, they move the scoring cube. As they gain, you get the rewards on each space they move through or onto. Scoring cubes on the 9th and final space, they gain any number of marshal points that would push them past this limit. Instead, they gain 1 point. If you're up here and you gain anything that pushes you up, you gain 1 more legendary point.
Okay.
You can choose to become wanted by taking an action result in gaining wanted points. When you do so, you take your scoring cube from them and put it on the wanted track. You start at the beginning of the new track, not from the same space they were on the other track, so you can't vault from here to there. You start over as a new bad guy. At the end of the game, you score legendary points based on which row they occupied on the marshal track as indicated. Wanted points are awarded for unlawful things like heist, rob a player, rustle cattle, use the action on a poker living legend card, story card rewards. When a wanted player gains any amount of wanted, they move their story cube. As they gain wanted points, they gain rewards listed on each space they move through or onto. If it's on the 9th space, you get the 1 legendary point if you gain any more. At the end of the wanted player's turn, they gain legendary points based on the row on the wanted track is indicated on the right side. And generally the reason why that happens, as we discovered, when somebody wanted, was it you that went up the wanted track?
No.
Somebody went up the wanted track last game and immediately got blasted back down for being arrested or whatever. And they discovered that it's you want to gain as many as you can before somebody comes hunting you and kicks you off the track or back down to the beginning, because that'll be what happens. Because it's kind of obvious if somebody motors up to the top, it's a lot of stuff. I think the person that got kicked off ended up going up the marshal track because it was later game and there's very little advantage to that, and there's more. I don't remember exactly, but all right. So bandits and the sheriff. Unlike the guard at the bank, the bandits and the sheriff are represented with minis. While different, they're collectively referred to as non-player characters, NPCs. And so you have on the back of your player turn, NPCs describing each type of NPC that you can interact with. So, difference between bandits, sheriff detailed below. Players versus bandits, 3 types, 3 different gangs of bandits, each which have 2 bandit hideouts. Bandits are only spawned on the board by resolving story cards. When a story card spawns a bandit, they only spawn a bandit in spaces unoccupied.
Are we supposed to have a guard player out?
That's the bank guard.
No,
that
there
you
is
have
no-
you have to
There's
fight
no-
the
okay.
bank guard before you make a
So it's
heist.
an invisible NPC.
Yeah, just on the bank space.
Yeah. So when you enter a space with a bandit, your movement ends immediately and a fight is initiated. The player to the right draws 2 fight cards, resolves start a fight effects. So it's just like fighting the bank guard type thing. So the fight cards have options to them. You're going to get 2, and as the player to the right, you're going to look at what your choices are, and you won't know what kind of poker card the guy's going to play, but you'll see that there's different choices with different results. So that's that. Pretty much. Now, if you're going to do the sheriff, player versus sheriff, which means right now I'm the only target. The sheriff is only active at least there's 1 player on the wanted track. When the sheriff is active, he can move each time a story card that includes sheriff movement is resolved, or through the action of a manhunt poker card. If the sheriff enters the same space as the wanted player must immediately discard 1 poker card. If the sheriff moves into a space with 2 or more wanted players, the player that moved the sheriff decides which player the sheriff will attempt to arrest. And then you go into the arrest action, which we sort of talked about. But resolve the start a fight effect. The wanted player chooses a poker card from the hand, places it face down. The player to the right draws 4 fight cards, and it's just like having a fight. If the sheriff successfully arrests the wanted player, the player gains a wound, draws a poker card, placed at the sheriff's office, lose all wanted points, all cattle tokens, after money, gold nuggets, blah blah. Okay, note, wanted players cannot enter the same space as the sheriff. However, a player can become wanted while they share a space with the sheriff. The sheriff will only attempt to arrest a player when moved into the same space as the wanted player. So I can cruise through the sheriff all I want until one of these cards is activated. So item cards are pretty much self-explanatory.
Yep.
They cost an amount. Poker cards have a lot of different capabilities. Wounds, you reduces maximum of 3 wounds. If you gain any additional wounds, you ignore them. So you never get kicked out of the game. You just have only two cards to play poker with. And I believe that's a summation of pretty much everything.
You do 2 turns, you're gonna know
Yeah.
kind of how this goes.
Alright, basically,
So
Mike goes first.
Start of turns. Check for start of turn effects. We have nothing going on at the moment that I'm aware of. Oh, I need to look at these just to.
yeah, you don't know what you're gonna do.
That's pretty funny. Okay, I think this game's encouraging Jesse James to do certain things.
Well, it's Jesse James.
Okay.
I expect nothing but tomfoolery from you.
Well, I check for start at none. Gain $20, draw 2 poker gains, or gain 10 and draw a poker card. Well, I have $10. I believe I will draw 2 poker cards.
2 poker cards for Mr. Edmonds.
Okay.
That was one action.
Choose your
No,
mount
no
and
action.
weapon for the
No
turn. I have my weapon. Action phase. Take 3 actions. Okay, here's one action. Draw 3 poker cards.
Somebody's gearing up for a fight.
Let's see how many more actions I want to take off the poker cards. No, that's kind of funny.
When does the bonus go into effect?
It says if you discard this card for any other reason than drawing
Oh, okay.
3 cards.
It's just contextual.
Yeah. Pretty much. It seems like the whole game is like you can get it off the cards.
Okay, so let's see. Where am I? Oh, that's you.
That's me.
Yeah, great.
But
I think
What am I
that
trying to do?
completely works. The two who know how to play and played before should fight each other.
Yeah, they could just totally gang up on us instead. They could both be bad guys.
So I took one action.
you did. From a card.
So move me to that cattle space, please.
Yeehaw.
So you can
Yep.
1, 2.
And then move again. Right there.
That's 3.
Boom.
Okay.
And I ended my turn.
Is it an
at
action to
location.
pick up the cattle, or is it
It
free?
is, so I can't pick
Okay.
up the cattle.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
ending-
I was asking.
Yeah, ending my turn outside of location outside of town.
Sounds good. All right, so I'm starting on a mine, and I have a miner's map, so I might as well go prospecting for gold, please. That will be my first. Oh wait, I will gain 2.
Oh yeah, your start of action.
I don't have any money, so let me do a poker card and $10, please. Thank you very much. Let's see what this
Wonderful
action.
hand. Let's see what I can do with it.
Let's go. All right, 10 buckaroonies. Let's see if we can make some more money in the mine. Oh, I got 2 nuggets. That's cool. Can I have 2 nuggets, please? And real quick, if I end my move in bandit camp, do I fight that bandit, or is it an action to?
It immediately ends your turn,
Yeah,
and you have to take I'm betting a fight action, but we'll
yeah, that's what I don't know. But
enter the same triggered. Enter
Okay.
the same space.
so
it triggers when you enter it.
the first
As
one.
a bandit, but is there no
No.
bandit here?
No, this is a bandit.
Yeah.
The NPC.
He's always gonna be a bandit. So if you want to
So
be a
even if
good
there's
guy,
so he moves, so now there's a guy.
no.
Okay.
When we complete a story, bandits will spawn.
Okay.
Okay, so that was first action was prospect for gold. Second action is move 1, 2. Third action is move
1, 2, and trigger a fight.
Right.
Okay, so triggering a fight. Player to the right draws 2 fight cards. So I'll take 2 fight cards, please.
These ones?
And chooses to play 1 face down. Okay, so let's see.
So John was just trying to beat the card that Mike plays. Is basically
Correct. Correct.
To win the fight, yes.
Oh, and with the trigger, I guess the only thing I can do with a bandit is arrest him, right? I can't. I don't know what.
Well, you want the
Well, I don't know. I don't think I have a choices.
Yeah, it's
I think it's-
if you win, you get a marshal point. If you lose, you whatever. So the only thing you're not actually doing the arrest action. It's just what you get when you win.
Bandit, yeah. Enter the
is
same season. Enter. Okay,
a
just.
victory point and a marshal point.
So you draw 2 fight cards, Mike. And you
I
choose.
did. Please one. Choose
Please one. Okay, one face down.
You play any number of both cards are revealed.
All right. So what'd you get? You got a 5. I got a 6. After this card's as a revealed, right? So
Yeah, you go first.
after this card is revealed in a fight, play this card from my hand to decrease the value of a card played against you by 2. So that's a 5, dropping it down to
3.
But you
3.
have- don't you
And I
have-
have an upgraded gun, a walker. which after cards are revealed in a fight, decrease the value of a card playing against you by 1. So that is a 2. Yes.
It says you have to play that from your hand to activate it.
Yeah, it's a reaction.
Okay, fine. Then it's just
You already
it's a
knew
6.
this
Yeah.
would be
It's a
me.
6.
Still
Yeah.
beat it.
Yeah.
It's a 6.
Okay.
But then,
All right. So, however, the other player in this fight gains a wound.
Okay.
If that player defeats a bandit in this fight, which you have, you cannot choose to gain marshal points. You only gain legendary points.
Okay.
Okay.
So, but you can play a reaction card now if you so desire. Any number of reaction cards. The effects from the played fight card are applied. The highest value wins the fight. You did. If you defeat the bandit, you choose to gain 1 legendary or 1 marshal, so you only gain 1 legendary.
Was
Okay.
it or?
yes, it's
Because this
but-
one denied the marshal point.
Yeah.
This card played denied the
yeah.
marshal, and it gave him 1 wound.
Okay.
If the active player loses, which it didn't, regardless of the outcome, the bandit is removed from the board. Discard the played poker cards. Return all fight cards to the bottom of the deck in random order.
Okay. Place this on here.
These get shuffled and put on the bottom of
Put
the
on the bottom of that.
Before I even get to there, though, I'm going to discard 1 poker card after winning a fight outside of time to complete this goal. So,
But you completed the goal.
No, the goal.
Oh, to
of these
complete
things.
that goal. Oh,
Yeah.
it's one of your goal cards.
So
Ooh.
discard. I'll take both of your discards. Your other, the one.
thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. So that is a legendary token, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's what that.
So-
random legendary token.
Yes. Would you like to pick, or you want me to pick?
I guess
I
you're
don't
keeping the
care.
bandits over here.
Yeah, there's 2 bandits to be deployed
Okay.
because this story card's going to activate now.
Correct. And then, so I didn't get a marshal point because that card that he played from the bandit, but I got my thingamajigger over there. So that's it for that. I got my, whatever this is worth, I don't know. And then now we got to resolve this.
You may look at those.
I can?
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get.
You
them-
don't want the other people to know.
Okay. So me and Mike are on there, right?
Now
widow.
Now they're both the same.
Yep. He's been gone for days by the looks of it, but she bawled and tugged at his shirt nonetheless. Her husband was no saint, a drinker with a penchant for cheating at cards, but he didn't deserve this. If the widow stayed out there one more night, the coyotes would finish what the heat wouldn't. As they contributed to this, gain 1 LP. 1. Okay. Marshal players, they contributed to this, may discard 1 poker card to gain 1 marshal point. None of us are marshals yet. So that is discarded. Goes underneath or has this?
I presume it goes on the bottom of the deck because I
Okay.
don't think we'll ever get to it again.
I'm going to set it to the side for now until Mike figures it out. Okay, and that was my turn.
Okay.
So start with choosing to draw poker cards.
Did you spawn
Yeah.
bandits as indicated?
There was no spawn bandits on here. Oh, wait, I lied. The player who triggered this moves the sheriff up to 3 spaces. Where's the sheriff? Where's Mike?
I'm over there. There's the sheriff.
1, 2,
Can't go in there.
Can't go in the dotted line.
3. Coming to get you, Mike.
And
There's no
it's
bandits.
No AVC bandit spawning.
No bandit spawn. Not for
Spawn
the widow.
bandits, if any.
Nope.
Okay.
There's the stink black bandit.
So
Okay.
poker card.
Take 2 poker cards. Because the holiday likes the poker.
And it doesn't say what to do with the cards, naturally.
Whatever. I'll set them aside if we have to or repopulate.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's possible with this many players will go through it, but who knows? I mean, I don't know.
Well, this one's a stumbling block now.
It is, because nobody of us has $80.
To go.
Yep, not
spend.
yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get to 40, 50 with this. But
Did you get a point for being here
no.
at the end of your turn, Mike? Because
Nope.
it's it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because he's in the 1-point track.
I have to remember that now.
Okay, I'm gonna action the saddle up and move to any space in town, and I'm gonna go all the way over to this.
So that's not a space. Which space would you?
We'll do over here.
All right.
That's connected, right?
All three of those are connected. It's just you gotta pick a space.
So that's one action. I will. Going to play Instincts and draw 3 poker cards. And then my last action, I will or
It's just drawing the poker card when I go up.
Yeah.
Other than being higher on the track.
Yeah.
Nothing earth shattering.
You have poker cards. That's nice.
Alright, I'll play some poker.
Okay.
And you're the only one in
Yeah,
town.
I'm the only
so
one in
that's
town,
it.
so then it goes to
Player.
10
So
from you.
player to my right.
Which you,
sets
first thing you
aside
do is
their
make an
hand.
ante.
So pay the $10.
$10.
All right, that goes to the bank.
It's just put in the middle of the board for now. And then 50 from the bank. Okay, so you're going to be playing poker against him, so you set your hand aside and draw 4 poker cards.
What do we got here? We got a 10, a queen,
And then
a 2.
No.
No.
You were supposed to draw those and put them in your hand.
And it's in my hand.
Yeah. Then 3 cards get put face up as the.
Can we get the 3 cards, please?
So you're using
Yeah, to build a hand.
4
I
cards
just didn't know which one was going down where. So there's 3, and I'm trying to make the best possible hand I can.
with 2 cards. Yes. 2 face down. Both players put 2 cards face down to make the best poker hand. You have to, the 3 are automatically in your hand, and 2 more.
Nope, that's not gonna work that way. And it's not gonna work that way. So we go this way and this way. Okay.
Okay.
And then you reveal for who has the best poker
I have
hand.
a pair.
Pair of 4s with a queen high.
Pair of 8s.
Okay, so you win.
Okay, so the person that wins, the player with the best hand wins the pot by losing, while all losing players, well, you're not a player, so.
Correct.
Okay.
The
And
active player also wins ties. If the active player wins, they gain a legendary point. So you're going to get that. And if you have any reactions to poker playing that you're going to do,
I'm gonna discard a card as part of my whatever these are called. Discard 1 poker after winning a game at the Dark Rock Saloon. Complete this goal.
okay,
Okay, so give me your discard cards. You keep
all
your
3
gold
of them are
face up,
discarded.
and then you take one of these and put it on your player board.
So after
I gave you your legendary point already.
I got a legendary point and a draw poker card.
Losing players get the poker card.
Okay, So if you win, you don't get a poker card.
Nope, you get a legendary point.
You got a legendary point and the monies.
Yep.
Oh, I discarded the wrong one. Oh well.
Do you still have an action? Because you
That
played,
was
played
action to move.
action to play poker.
Action
get
to,
three actions.
to grab the. I played an action that gave me 3 more cards.
Oh, you played a
Okay.
card.
But I discarded.
Was
the
that a
It's an
reaction?
It's an
No,
action.
it's an
It was an
action.
action.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you're done.
Can I change what I discarded?
Yes, this.
Yeah, I wanted to discard this one, which is a nice one, but
Okay. My turn. I'm going to take the money.
I wonder if I can.
And then I'm gonna go 1, 2 for an action.
Oh no, I can't.
Another move action. And then I'm
My
gonna
final mile, you're gonna mine? Okay. Here you go. Good luck.
Okay,
So-
$10 and a
Gold nugget.
nugget. Thank you very much. Mike's turn.
Oh, that's quick.
Well, yeah.
I went last.
Let me have $20, please, because I already have 5
had
cards.
time to decide what I was doing.
You had plenty of time to look
Yeah.
ahead. Yes. Okay, first action. Give me a cattle token, please, off the top.
Cattle token, blue cattle token for Mike. First action.
1 cattle token. Okay, so that's first action. Yeah, you have to have, so I cannot initiate that. I just wanted to verify for sure. That's too bad. I would like to eliminate the competition, but I can't. You must have 1 marshal point. Yeah.
Not sure what that means, but sure.
Bandits.
I
Yeah,
can't fight a
the rest
bandit.
of
Ah.
I can only fight. one
Oh,
of
you're a
us.
band
Oh my
of.
God, this is all
Band
the
of
different-
brethren.
the difference between- I'm pretty sure that's the case, but I'm looking. Player versus bandits.
it looks like you still fight him if you enter the space.
I,
But you don't.
I might be able to, but I want to check and make sure.
Can you rob him?
No,
No,
bandits.
it's player
is-
versus bandits.
If you look at the backside where it says NPCs, those are your. You just fight them. You enter the same space
Enter
as a.
space, their movement immediately ends and a fight is initiated.
I'm just
Oh, I
curious,
can.
'cause, like,
Yeah, it looks
I
like you
can't
fight.
fight
arrest. I can't arrest anybody
arrest
because I'm
you
a
or
bandit.
rob another player in your space.
So going to defeating. Okay, so yes, move me to the bandit. I'm going to initiate a fight. Well, actually, I can work that spot before I do that. So I'll work that spot, give me $10, and then I'll move in and initiate a fight.
Can you work that spot?
You
Oh
work
yeah, yeah.
you can work
You're
every
there.
location.
Sorry, from where you were, there is yes. And
Okay,
so
so
can
then
you?
I move in to initiate a fight with the bandit.
And player to the right, which would be
Yep,
Noir, draws 2 fight cards.
2 fight cards.
Chooses one to play face down. Okay, then they're revealed, right? Got an 8.
This card is played in a fight against a bandit, guard, or the sheriff. May cancel the effect on the fight card played.
Okay, nice.
So the effect is canceled.
Yeah, which is a
Yeah.
wound.
Which was
Yeah.
a
Okay.
wound, but you
So
win.
I win the fight. I gain a legendary point.
Bandit. Bandit is dead.
Reaction. Whenever I gain any number of marshal wanted points on my turn, play this card to gain another one.
To gain
And
another martial
To
point or
gain
gain
a
another
gain-
legendary
point?
point.
gain another legendary point. Okay. And what else? There was. It's either a legendary. I gain either a legendary point
Or a
or
marshal,
a marshal
but I don't
point.
think
So
you
I
can
will
gain-
take the legendary
Yeah.
point, which kicks me to 5. Which is
Okay.
these 2 are discarded, and I also discard 1 poker card after winning a fight outside of town to complete this goal. Which has a bonus if I discard this card for any reason other than discarding down to your hand size, draw a poker card. So I get to replace it. And I get a token.
You want me to grab it for you?
Okay.
All done?
That would be the end of the turn, and I gain one more. For being up there. Yep.
1, 2. Oh, and can I get 10 in a poker card? 1, 2. Thank you. Done.
Okay, so I'm gonna take 2 cards if I'm flush. Okay, so my actions. First action. I'm going to Living Legend. And I think I'm going to join the bad side with you there, Mike. I'm going to go and jump on the wanted track.
So it doesn't do anything immediately because it just takes 1 there to activate the sheriff.
But I'm also, as a reaction, doing reputation, same thing you did. I gained a wanted track, so
Right.
I'm getting a, yeah. That's my first action. I guess I'll do the first 80, I think. So I'm
you're gonna
going
spend
to
money?
spend some money. I'm gonna buy some stuff. I need
You
to.
gotta go to the store to buy stuff.
Okay, so.
So you're going to
1,
take a
2.
move action.
So that's the second one. Hi. I could try to rob or duel you, but I want to
Up to you.
get better first. So is this 20 is what you spend to upgrade it?
So
Yes.
that's what you buy. Look at the backside. That's what you spend to upgrade. So 20 is what you buy it for, and then you spend another 20 to upgrade it.
Oh, it says 1 LP.
You get 1.
Oh, you
At the
did
end
it?
of-
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
worth 1.
legendary point at the end of the game.
I need to see what all these do. Sorry.
Well, that would be your last action.
That would be,
Purchasing,
yeah.
So you purchase, and we move. Go, Shelby.
Yeah.
I'm going to mine again first.
Keep in mind you have to be able to spend 80.
I've got 80.
Well, yeah, but it may.
get
You have to.
Do you have a
you'll
miner's
have
map?
to- You'll
No,
have to.
I do not. I get to reroll this one.
Yep.
Or is it for each thing as 1 action? Or
No,
No,
you're one
but-
action, but you're going to have to spend exactly $80 or more.
To
Yeah,
get this.
Yeah.
And if you only have 80, then you better. Yeah, you may have to buy items you don't want.
So that was
Correct.
1.
That's why going there with exactly 80 isn't necessarily the. For meeting this depends. Yeah.
Who knows what's on the other side, right?
Okay, I can't. I've used all my actions. I can't buy right now. So your turn.
All right, so my first thing to do is I will get $10 and 1 poker card. Thank you. Okay. That was the start. So then I will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and be right here.
Those were your 3 actions? Is that what you're
Yep.
doing?
3 moves.
Time
I'm
to
gonna
rustle
go
some
rustle
cattle.
some cattle.
Yeah. Right, so for my turn, I'd like a poker card and $10, please.
That's your
Can I
Thank you
sell
so
my
much.
revolver?
Say what?
Can I sell my gun?
No.
No.
Why would you want to?
Because I got a better gun.
Oh, well, you
Well,
can't
if
get
you bought
money.
a shotgun, yeah, that's the way it goes. You can only have one. I mean,
Okay, you can choose which weapon you're
Yeah.
using.
the other weapon occupies an item spot.
Yep. So it's one less item you can use.
Really?
Are you sure
Yes.
about
Can
that?
you ever get rid of items?
I don't know about that, Mike. Because that really limits what you can do.
Well, it means
Yeah,
you have to throw them away.
That's what I'm asking. How do I get rid of it? I'd like to sell it, but
Okay.
Okay,
So,
there's 3 types of item cards: mounts, weapons, miscellaneous. So the weapon is an item card.
mm-hmm. When you find that, I'm gonna do my turn. So I'd like to spend $20 on gaining provisions, please.
And you cannot own more than 1 copy of a
Can you
card.
turn that back around? There you go. Thanks.
So you can't bogart all the hats. You can only own up to 3 unique. Once you have 3, you cannot purchase or gain further miscellaneous items until they've made a space available on their player map.
miscellaneous items.
What does the whiskey do?
Whiskey, you could heal a wound, or as a reaction to moving into space with somebody, discard it and give them a wound.
I'm gonna buy the whiskey too. So theoretically, I am full on items, and I have to discard an item to
I
gain.
was just getting to
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Once you have 3 miscellaneous items offer a variety of abilities. Blah. Once a player has 3 miscellaneous items, they cannot purchase or gain further miscellaneous items until they have made space available. Space can only be made available through the use of items that discard themselves as part of their effect, such as provisions or whiskey. So once you permanently occupy the spaces, you're stuck.
Okay. After you gain this, lose 1 wound, which I did. Okay. That was my first action, was to go buy provisions. My second action will be to move 1, 2. And my third action will be to sell 2 nuggets, please, for...
How much?
I'm looking.
$20 and 1 LP for each gold nugget deposited.
So 2 LPs.
So $40
And $40.
2 legendary points.
Okay, so you place all weapons you're not using underneath the one you are using.
Okay, so they don't occupy a space.
Yeah,
Same,
'cause
with,
they're not
same, with, same
miscellaneous
with
items.
mounts.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. That seems reasonable.
But if
So,
you
and
fill
then
up with
spend-
3 permanent miscellaneous items, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, ones that can't be discarded.
Right.
Yeah, so you're stuck. It's kind of what it wants to do. But that's the choice you make when you buy them.
Yep.
But you didn't spend $80.
No. No, I don't. I got other important things to do than make money. So, I mean, make money along the route, that's fine, but it wasn't the primary goal. Can I look at these? I don't remember what these do. There's nothing underneath.
What's that?
These? The cattle?
You can look under it. It tells you what.
You gain
Oh,
that when
okay,
you...
Yeah,
If
I
you're
couldn't
going
remember if there
me,
was
I'm
something
Russell.
underneath. Yeah. Well, your Russell, I don't know if do you gain the bonus of that, or do you just get whatever
Yeah.
the Russell?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know what the Russell
I
does.
Oh.
definitely want what's under here.
You have to discard the cattle token of the opposing
Did you give me the
branch.
point for being here at the end of my turn?
Gain a wanted
I
Yes.
didn't do anything.
So you can rustle by taking cattle from one ranch to the other,
Right.
but it gives you a wanted point.
Right.
So
you-
and you still get the bonus on the back of it.
So you get
Oh,
the.
it's Ivan's turn. I don't
Okay.
know if he's decided what he's
No, I was waiting for you guys to finish.
Oh, we were done.
Alright. So I'm going to start with 2 cards. Okay. What do I want to do with these things?
Now there's 2 players to hunt down. But neither of you are marshals yet. Or is this going to be a game of 4 bandits?
We'll see how this goes. I mean,
Alright, so my first action, I'll move 1 space.
okay. I'm gonna play poker.
Yeah.
So this player's in
play
the
some
bank.
poker.
Yeah.
So you have
I'm
the
assuming.
option to join.
Why does he have the option?
Because
he's in
he's
town.
initiating. I'm in the same town.
Oh yes, you do in the bank.
Yeah.
I was
So
thinking that
yeah,
was-
why not? What do I got to lose? I'll throw in $10. Can I have $10 back? No, I'll just take that.
50 from the bank.
And so we're trying to beat the bank or
So
me
now,
against him?
So now it's not
Winner takes
the
all.
NPC. So now it's the whatever it said in the book.
It's active players. So you both are going to put 2 cards. Well, first you're going to turn 3 up.
Bear 5's on the board.
2 cards face down to make a hand. Simultaneous reveal.
Pair of 7s and double pair.
3 5s.
You win.
And if this card is played in a game of poker, choose one, gain 30, or draw 1 poker card. If you lose, choose both. I didn't lose, but so I won this, and I'll take another card
So you gain a poker card, I believe.
for winning.
No,
the
he.
loser.
I was
Yeah.
talking to John. Gains a poker card, I
Yep.
believe.
Active player draws a card if they
Cute.
Active player or
Active
loser?
player
if they
loses.
lose.
He's not the active player. I initiated.
Is it active player?
If the dealer wins, the game note
It's
rewards
not
and the
this-
active
it's not the
player draws
NPC,
one.
it's
Yeah,
the,
so it's not the
uh,
NPC. It's got to be a rule in there.
Lose, draw 1 poker card. Yeah.
lose.
I did.
Location actions. Okay. If it's my turn, if he won, he couldn't have got the legendary point because it says if it's your turn, gain 1 legendary point. But you already gave it to me, right?
For winning a poker hand.
Winning a poker hand. These are here. We're gonna go through that pretty quickly. It seems like. So that was action number 2. And what else can I actually do?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
want to
You
gamble
got 'em in
again. I'm
front of
gonna
you.
I'll come over to the bank. Now I'm done. And then I get 1 point for ending my turn. I'm now
Activated your legendary. Yep.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna start by taking 2 cards. All right. 60 and 40 is 100 to spend.
FYI, you don't discard down to 5 until the end of the turn, or down to your hand limit. So you can have
you
more.
can gain a bunch, and then at the end you discard.
At the end of your turn, you must be at 5.
Because the Mustang is so spending 80.
You want to finish the card or go on the other one?
Finish card.
Get some options.
And then now, it's my understanding I don't get to use my Mustangs for movement because you choose your mount before you start the turn,
That makes sense.
right? I'm
Well-
assuming.
I don't know. I mean, you had none. Now you have one. I think we get to use it, but what the hell do I know?
Because you choose
Okay,
your mount
players
Yeah.
can
for
own
actions.
more than one mount, but only a player's top mount is considered active during their turn.
Okay.
Mounts can be upgraded.
So,
They pay
so
their cost a second time.
I could say that mount is active right now.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Then my mount's active. First action was buying. Second action, 1, 2, 3, 4. Third action, I'm taking cattle.
Okay, so
And then what happens?
And then I read the story thing.
Tell us a story,
The
Sean.
preacher. Despite the preacher's bettermost efforts, the gospel mill has never been much more than 4 walls and a bad roof. After each sermon, he takes what little donations the community provides and locks it in a box under his pulpit. Players that contributed to this may spend $10 to gain a marshal point, or if they gain or they may gain $10 and gain a wanted point.
I'll do that.
You
The
can
player
steal
that
from the
triggered this
church.
may move the
Huh?
sheriff to any
I'm
space in
Doc
Dark
Holiday.
Rock.
Okay, first off, you're gaining a wanted point. Draw a poker card.
Hey, poker card.
I'm gaining. I'm spending $10. Sorry, spending
gain a
$10
marshal
to
point?
get a marshal point.
Good for you.
Q.
Uh,
You're gaining $20.
Oh, no, it's even.
You
I
gain.
gain 20.
No, it's not. There's 2 bandits.
Then,
Yeah, but I think you're going this way.
The
That's
player
what
who
you
triggered this, which was me, may move the sheriff to any space in Dark Rock.
In Dark Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bandit down there. That's pretty cute. There's a- so that initiates the sheriff versus player.
Let's go.
Okay, sheriff enters the same space as a wanted player. The wanted players must immediately discard a poker card.
Oh.
That's worth it right there. Yeah, we didn't have any of this last game because me and him went both the law side. So.
Right, so you're like, meh.
Yeah, the sheriff didn't do anything. He was just kind of like, look at all these law-abiding citizens in the wild, wild west.
And when you fight, it's just 1 card.
It is.
Against whatever the 2 she draws.
Well, I'm going to wait for him because there's
Yep.
steps.
I get you. I'm not going
And you
anywhere.
should know what the ramifications are.
Yep.
I'll discard my payday.
Okay, bye-bye.
So, the next thing for steps for an arrest attempt with the sheriff are as follows. Resolve start a fight effects.
Okay.
Got any start a fight effects?
I would say,
I don't know, a poker card or like a special weapon or
Any you may
I
have
don't have
special
anything that says
abilities.
start a fight.
Start a fight. Any start
your
a fight
character or
effects.
special ability. Because now
Start
you're
a
at
fight
5.
effects.
nothing that says start a fight.
Okay, the wanted player chooses 1 poker card from hand and places it face down, or declines to fight and is immediately arrested.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound fun at all.
Yeah, you lose a bunch of stuff if you have any, because you don't have any. Now you do have stuff. Okay.
What kind of bandit doesn't run?
Okay, so the player to the right of the wanted player, that's you, John,
Okay, John.
Draws 4.
draws
So
4.
wait, I put a card down first, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Draws 4 fight cards. Yeah, the sheriff's a badass.
Apparently.
Oh, sorry. And chooses to play 1 face down. Yeah. So I kind of noticed the fight cards have effects you can do on the other person, but they're the low value.
Yeah,
Or
that's.
if you try to win
yeah.
the fight, they're high value and they don't do much other than win the fight, which in this case means he gets arrested and has its own major penalty, because when you get arrested, you lose half your stuff
Right.
Yeah, my money.
and all your wanted points.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're the character that isn't affected by hand side wounds?
Now that I'm 5, my wounds don't reduce my hand size.
Yes, that's very
But Doc
handy.
Holliday's just walking around wounded all the time.
Yeah, that was the one I
And
played
with a
last
full
time.
Yeah,
hand
that's
of
what I thought
cards. So.
That was very handy.
Oh, you did play Doc Holiday that time. You didn't play what?
Well, I am reminded now that you
Yeah.
read it off again. Yeah, I was always had a full hand size because I wanted to play poker all the time.
Yeah. Which I've done a few times already.
Yeah. So he revealed both cards simultaneously.
It's a 2.
It's a king.
Okay, so you.
Bonus effects from character abilities, items, weapons, and the played poker card are applied.
Okay.
What is the 2?
The other player in this fight gains 1 wound and loses 1 LP.
The active player can play any number of reaction effects.
That doesn't help. So I gain a
Gain
wound.
and lose one.
Then the effects from the played fight card are applied.
Gain 1 wound. And then lose 1 legendary point.
Down 1 on the white. So you lost your special ability.
That was the whole point of
The highest value wins the fight, with the sheriff winning all ties.
he
So
wins
I win
the
the
fight.
fight.
I knew I
and
couldn't.
So you
the
won the
hand
fight.
size was too small.
I don't get any rewards for winning the fight.
Correct.
Correct.
But I am going to discard a card and do my other thing. So discard a card after winning a fight in a town. Complete this goal.
Okay, so discard the played poker cards, return all fight cards to the bottom of the fight deck in random order.
I believe that was Shelby's turn, right? So now
Discard,
it's
stick them up.
Discarding a card.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you gain one of the legendary.
Was that the end of your turn?
And yes, moving the sheriff is the end of my turn.
Okay, so let's see. I have a sequence here that I need to resolve. Okay.
So my bonus points stay because I won.
And you're
what?
and you're going up 1. So you're back to your legendary ability.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that was Shelby's turn.
Yeah,
No,
Shelby's turn.
never mind. It's not
Alright.
his turn. Yeah. Okay. So first action, move.
Yes.
And it does not take an action to drop it off, so I can
don't
continue my
believe
movement.
so.
Oh, I also have a shotgun. I want to fight and I draw a card.
Yes, it does. It's part of the Russell Ranch action. To put your cattle there. Discard
Oh
cards
yeah,
under
it is a
opponent's
rustle,
ranch.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you gotta acquire or rustle.
Yeah, at a ranch. It's a ranch action. So
I think I just read it didn't require an action.
Dropping off the cattle doesn't at the railroad station.
actually, it does. It's wrangle at the railroad
Oh,
station.
hold on a second.
So-
No, I'm going to read this again.
Look in the railroad station. See in parentheses.
Wrangle does not
Oh,
require
does
an
not
action.
function. Okay.
Wrangle
Russell
does-
does not
Russell,
require an
it's
action.
At the end, that's why I
Yeah.
didn't see
I
it.
knew I
Okay.
read that, so I want to
Fine.
continue my movement, but I'm going to drop off the cattle.
Which you
so you
did. That's
gain
fine. Go
a
ahead.
Gain a wanted point,
Point
and
you get
another
the
wanted
reward.
point. And that draws a poker card.
Well, what are you getting to?
Because I gained
One
one
on
for
the-
doing it, and one
one
for
on
the
the
back
back
of the
of the
card.
Ah, okay.
And this gets shuffled back into the stack.
No, shuffling stacks is no fun.
Well, then, there you go.
Okay, well, my second movement was to here. Okay, my movement was there. Action, gain a wanted point. Draw another poker card.
So you're at move and
Move and
one,
play
so
card.
that's 2.
Oh, what was the new story that we can do?
Gain any number of marshal points and wanted points.
Ah,
Yeah. All right, so I have one action left.
so you would be the second spot in that if you wanted.
You can't put 2 in a
You can't
turn.
turn.
That was mine.
Or not.
I would have got one last turn too.
No,
But it
it
just-
wasn't last turn. It wasn't that. She flipped that card, not you.
Oh,
All that sheriff stuff didn't happen in your turn.
yeah.
All right, so. Oh, and I forgot to get my $20 for starting the turn anyway. Gotta remember that one. And I got one more action left, right? Okay. Did I get to the magic number? I did not. I will move to here. 2 point.
You done?
And that would be my third action.
Oh, I won, so she goes back here, right?
What's that?
After I thought when we read the rules about fighting the
He
sheriff,
takes you there when he arrests you.
player wins. Place the sheriff at sheriff's office space. No other rewards. You're done.
Yes, I gain 2 legendary points.
Can I get a card and $10, please? And don't forget to check your wallets, guys. You can't have more than $120.
I've been spending it.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there. I spent some.
I've gotten close, but I'm fine.
Okay. All right. So, action number 1. Move 1, 2. All right. So, free.
You get
Drop this off.
You get-
Gain a gold nugget.
where you gain a marshal point for
I
dropping the
believe
railroad.
so. So
So
I'm a
the-
marshal
Is
officially
that
now.
what the wrangle does?
Gain 1 marshal point, yeah.
Because you're going to be a marshal. Okay.
All right. Gain
you
a
get-
gold nugget
And $20.
and $20. Finally, some money. Okay.
And this shuffles back. I'll shuffle these.
Yep. And then I will discard.
Trying to look at him when he's talking, but not look at his hand. I keep seeing his hand. The mic's kind of blocking it though, so that's good.
Yeah. Okay, that's useful. Okay, so I'm going to discard this card. Okay. And discard 1 poker card after you rustle, wrangle, cattle to complete this goal. So 1 of those. And discard the provisions card at the rail station to complete this other goal. So 2 legendary tokens, please. That's
You're all
done.
full up.
So that was the first action.
Well,
I
he
just
did all 3 of his goals.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So that was just the
That's
first
a
action.
nice batch.
We're gonna sprint as a reaction at the end of your move action. Play this card to move up to 2 additional spaces. Okay, so action number 2 will be. Wanna go prospecting for gold? Yeah, that seems like the good thing to do. Yep, 1, 2.
1, 2, and then prospect.
Yep, that's my last action.
So you can you move and prospect as one action.
No. So first action, move.
Probably
Reaction, move 2 squares.
The cattle. was,
Second action is
Is to
move.
and third action is to prospect.
Third action is to prospect. I just did 3 actions, that's all. Alright, I can re-roll 1 dice because of the miners map. So $10 and a nugget. Finally some money to do some stuff. Okay, what do I got in
But didn't you
here?
get money
And,
when you sold your nuggets? Yeah.
I
you
did, and I spent it.
Yeah.
Some of us just don't wing at poker
Hey.
like you do.
Yeah, I don't understand the working man.
We see what it's getting you. And feels like I should have gotten some legendary points.
Yeah, you got 1 marshal point, so you need to flip the story card too.
Oh, yeah, you do get
But I didn't get any legendary points at all.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. The good book. In the good book, there's light and dark, good and evil. Everything that ever was can be boiled down to one or the other. In a world without laws, there be no one to break them. All right. Players that contribute to this gain 1 marshal point or 1 wanted point. Wanted players may gain 1 marshal point this way.
Huh?
Players that contributed to this gain 1 marshal point or 1 wanted point.
Okay, so there's a wanted.
Wanted players may gain 1 marshal point this way.
You can choose to.
Oh, no,
you
thank
can
you.
switch your track.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess I'll gain a marshal point for
20
another
bucks.
$20.
More money.
Okay. Spawn bandits at A. Any other A's that are uncovered?
Over
Yeah. The player who triggered this moves the sheriff up to 3 spaces.
That's you.
Yeah,
There's bandits all over
I
town.
see that. So who?
I think Mike's definitely winning.
He's got a lot of money, and he's up further up on the track. So yeah, Mike gets it.
Hey, Mike.
It's also the shorter distance for the sheriff. So
Whatever.
I'm just,
So now it's
Okay.
going to be you as the sheriff. So you
4 cards. Also, the problem with him getting him wounded doesn't help.
This game
Well,
aces are
we both
high.
end up with the same
Yeah, aces are high.
bad result.
The problem with Doc Holliday
He doesn't
is,
lose his hand
yeah.
size. I understand, but still winning against him.
Sure.
Yeah.
I understand that, yes.
It doesn't slow me down as
With
much
the
as
hand I
other
got,
people.
winning was not going to be an option. My high was a 6. So I went for the most damaging possible effect to you, which was losing a legendary point. Because I knew the wounds wasn't going to matter.
So, no, it's not a bandit, it's a player.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, so
So you
start
drew your 4. You
Start a fight. In a fight against another. No, it's not another player. Okay. After cards are revealed. Okay.
what we got? Oh, ace. What do the card
That's
effects
pretty
do?
funny. Okay.
What does the bonus on the 10 do?
It's considered
Has
a
nothing
gold
to do with
piece
it.
Ah, okay.
It's a gold. It counts as a gold nugget if I want to go sell it.
Sometimes that can cancel the card effect, or it just depends on what. On there's nothing. Yeah.
That reaction doesn't know that.
Anything
So
interesting?
after cards are revealed, the value of the card is reduced by 1, but that's not enough. Fight. It's not against another player. So one player chooses player to write 4 fight. You did 4 fight cards.
Did
right?
you discard the poker card that I think happened?
You're
No.
supposed to discard 1 for the sheriff entering your space,
Obviously not the card you played.
obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, so did
I got the
the
bonus. Active player reactions, none. Effects from the played fight card are applied. So okay. Before I lose. All right.
They were all beneficial, so I was like,
The high cards
Well, no, this
tend to
is
be
this,
beneficial.
this is critical.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to show you why, because that applies before I actually lose. So I gain a wanted point, draw a poker card, complete this goal
Okay.
of getting the 6th space or higher.
okay.
So I'll do that because I'm about to lose all my wanted points.
Yep.
So I got to the 6th
you got
space.
at least there?
Yep.
That was,
Did you take your point, your thing?
yes, I did.
Okay.
Okay, so that applied first. And the highest value wins the fight. So
The
that's a
sheriff
win.
wins the fight.
The player loses.
Discard all the poker card, there it goes. And you randomize those 4 into the back. And you arrest me. I gain a wound. Okay. Draw a poker card.
Which you're gonna have this card.
No, well,
When you get
it's not my turn.
when you
Yeah.
get to your turn, you shoot.
Yeah. Draws a poker card placed at the sheriff's office with the sheriff.
Yeah, you're off the track.
Any cattle tokens?
I don't have any cattle tokens
Half your money.
and half my money in gold nuggets. I don't have any gold nuggets, so I lose half my money rounded which way?
Before it made you round it down, now it makes you
It
round
says
it
rounded
up.
up.
That sucks. Alright.
Well, because I got the goal, which was
Sure.
more important than anything else.
Sure.
So,
And that was John's turn?
No,
no further rewards.
I don't
Okay.
think. Was
Yes.
Yeah,
It
you,
was my
you
turn?
revealed
Okay.
the...
You
did the
yeah.
story.
Oh, yeah,
Story.
story. It was a story. Okay.
Yeah, it takes us out of the whole turn phase if we forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So now it's me then, unless we have anything else to... And what's the new one that came up? End your turn outside town. Okay. So,
Are you outside town?
I am outside town.
Presume you want that.
I would appreciate that. Yeah, because it's still my turn, isn't
Uh-huh.
it?
Yep. Okay. So, I'll
So now
start
you can
with
be a law-abiding citizen if you wanted to.
Well, I got what I needed to
Yeah.
get.
Yeah, now
Obviously.
you
Yeah.
could
Now you
now
can do
you
whatever
could-
you want to do.
see the light and turn your life around.
Maybe. Depends how much time you spend behind bars, I suppose.
Well, yeah, this one.
I don't think well, you already did your story, so you got one left.
Yeah, that one's Marshall wanted neutral, so it doesn't require to be on either side. It has nothing to do with Marshall wanted. That 6 wanted be up 6 on the track is kind of critical. Right, that's why I busted butt to get it up there.
Yeah, it's
So I have a question. The max, is that at the end of it? Could I have more during
you
my
may
turn?
never have more than 120 in your
so
possession.
literally, if you go sell stuff
If
and it's
you-
over, you don't get it.
That's correct. Or win in the poker hand, you don't get it. Yeah, that's very clear on that. You never have more than 120.
That's kind of funny. If I kill a bandit right now, I have a choice to gain 1 legendary point or a marshal point, which gives me 2 legendary points. I wonder which one I should go for. Assuming something bad doesn't happen, I end up here or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so to start off, because I got upset at the sheriff for trying to mess with me around the bank, I'm just going to rob the bank.
All right.
So you have to fight the guard first.
I have to fight the guard.
So the player on the right is going to undoubtedly be.
Guard, initiate heist. Player at the right draws 3 fight cards and chooses 1 to play face down. 1, 2, 3. Ugh. Wow. It's tough decisions with these cards. It
I
really,
know, it's
really
like you're
freaking
giving
is.
the other person stuff, but
Yeah.
it
All
may
right.
cause them to lose at the
All
same
right.
time.
Here we go.
Okay, reveal.
Reveal.
Got a king clubs.
Got a king.
Oh, ties, I think you win. Except
Yes,
for stick 'em up.
NPCs when
Dropping you by 2.
Okay.
What does yours have any effects? Mine. That's my.
The other players in this fight gain 1 legendary point.
Okay, who gets a
So I gain a
point?
legendary, and I gain 80 and 3 wanted points.
Yes. So that puts you over, or where are you?
No, it doesn't put me over.
So you want to bring some of those 10s back further?
But,
It sounds like you got over, man.
so this is 80.
That's 80. 100.
Oh,
Yeah.
that does put me over. Well, I really wanted just the wanted points.
Understood.
He wanted up in 1 points.
Yep.
2, 3, draw a poker card.
80, 120. And I give this to random passerbys at the bank.
Yeah.
Nice.
All
something
because
like that.
I get a poker card. I also get a poker card for the shotgun and winning a fight. That was my first action. Okay.
That was your first action.
That was my first action. I'm just making a decision here. To upgrade my stuff, I need to be at here, or is that just buying these?
No, but upgrading as well. If you look
Okay.
at the general store icon, it says purchase / upgrade.
am in the store. So only those are upgradable.
I'm gonna manhunt. It's an action and move the marshal 3 spaces. If I'm a marshal or wanted, gain a legendary point. So give me a legendary point, and I'll move her. She's gonna be staking out this thing so people can stop rustling.
Okay.
And then for my last action, we'll go there.
Okay, you ended your turn outside of town,
Yep,
so you
so
hear
that
the
flips
story.
that. What we got?
And you...
The house was little more than a shack up on a weedy hill. The livestock ambles about without ropes or fences. There's nowhere to go after all. Just out into the red waste where the heat kills surer than any bullet. There's a mare up on the hill and a daisy one at that. Players that contributed to this draw 1 poker card. They may gain 1 point or upgrade 1 mount at no cost. Spawn bandits at A and B.
So may gain a mount.
Player who triggers this moves the sheriff up to 3 spaces.
Okay, so can you read me that again? Because
On the mount.
Gain
So
one poker
you
card.
can upgrade your mount for free, or you can gain a 1 point.
Wanted point.
I get that,
Or a mount upgrade.
but I
you
don't have a
don't-
mount.
So you don't
So you
have the
don't
mount,
gain
so
it.
that's not an option. You can become wanted if you want.
No.
I will gain a wanted point.
So did you move the sheriff?
I'm going to. That's the.
Oh, so
Give me the wanted point.
so you're not upgrading your mount.
No, I'm gaining a wanted point.
Draw a poker card.
Reach, same thing as you. Reach 6th thing or higher. For my last little thingy. I'm gonna move her. I mean, is there any real other better place? You're not wanted anymore. I'll keep her there, I guess. And 5, I'm fine with my hand size. And then I gain 2 at the end of my turn because I'm on that track. And I'm done. I'm good.
Pay 50 to upgrade my mount. Dancer moves 5. Battle, gain $30 and lose a wound.
You get a marshal point or a legendary point?
Legendary point.
I thought she also gained. Oh, is it or?
One or the other. We discussed in this when I went.
One
Should I
marshal
gain?
point and oh no, it says I gain 1 marshal point and the reward on my cattle token.
Right.
Yeah.
So
You get a marshal point.
marshal point.
$20.
Got it.
You have no legendary points yet?
Nope. I am behind on that.
And then the reward is
I already did that. It was $30 and lose a wound, but I wasn't wounded. I'm also going to, because I'm at the rail station, discard a provision to complete this goal.
by the way, you can't own 2 of those.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Well,
They're unique.
Okay. Then
Can't
when I
own
spent
2
$20,
provisions?
I bought the 10-gallon hat instead.
Yeah, except you didn't have the space for it, but that's fine. Just
No.
Well, no, I bought the provision.
The provisions, two
before,
provisions
so-
side by side.
and they were the same price. So, that, and then I'll discard this one as the discard.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I discarded that, so I got this. And then I'm going to discard the poker card after I wrangle cattle to put this goal, which is going to be.
I don't know. You're as Calamity Jane. You're swearing an awful lot less than I expected.
And that's that for that.
I've been watching too much Deadwood.
It's also before Deadwood, it was known that she was a little bit foul-mouthed.
Okay.
Okay, over to moi. I will take $20. I will move to this space 1, 2, and play poker.
Nobody's in town, so you're playing against a dealer. To your right. So
10 bucks into the kitty from me, and 50 from the bank.
So Shelby.
Put it down where I can reach it after I win.
I should have put a token on that real quick.
Okay.
Further, because
Which
I
one?
gained a marshal point.
Oh, what is the story?
Any number of marshal or wanted points.
Okay, anyway, sorry.
which way?
So I'm playing poker against the
We got 2 or 4 cards.
the NPC. So
4 poker cards. Okay.
and I got the top one, by the way. I got the
Okay,
top
that was
one.
the top one. Okay. Now I'm playing 3 cards from here. Yeah.
Playing against the dealer. Yep, 3 cards.
And we got a 6, an ace, and a queen.
6, an ace, and queen. Huh?
Can't make much money.
Shouldn't tell me that after I.
No, you already played yours. So.
But I can pick them up.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theoretically, you could man it.
You're going to lose no matter what. I can tell you that right up
Yeah,
front. You
yeah.
can play anything you want. I had the perfect 2
There's
cards in my
nothing-
hand.
Yeah, there's nothing to go.
2 wild cards.
Yeah.
Deuce is wild. 3 aces.
You guys disgust me with this poker game because I can never win at it again.
Well,
you
as
guys
soon as
are
I got
just
the 2
yeah,
deuces, I
you're
was
just
like
like
poker.
rocking it.
I only wish there was more in the pot.
So.
We could have got 5 of a kind. Oh, I guess it's
Well,
cheat.
no, you
That's
have
not
to get-
wild. Haven't seen the cheat card.
Play the game of poker, you can treat this card as though it was any value. So I won.
Just check your money.
I already know what my money is.
You checked your money. That's all I want to do.
And all that is, if it's your turn, and it is a legendary point. Okay. So that was move and play poker. I am going to take this action to gain 2 actions. I'm going to move over here and spend 80 bucks. Is what I'm going to do. So let me have a store, please. I'm going to spend at least 80. So that will be there.
You done?
That will be the end of my turn, yes.
Right. So
50.
one action. I need to fight this bandit, please. Or the player is the bandit.
It's got to be me.
It's always to the right.
And is that
60.
stops my movement, or do I still have a movement point left after that?
Stop.
Enter the same place as the bandit. It doesn't say.
It just says
It
trigger.
seems like you would
Nice
stop
one.
it. But I don't know. It might have more detail. In
Yeah,
the book.
because Mike was able to continue moving from something else, but that was a free. It didn't take an action.
Yeah,
This
that was
doesn't.
cattle. That was
Yeah,
cattle.
but this
Doesn't take
doesn't
an
say it take an action, so I don't know if I still get the rest of mine.
But you're initiating a fight automatically happens without an action being used. If that's what you're
Understood. Do I have a movement point left?
Can you continue
No,
moving
no,
after
you
the
end
fight?
all movement when you hit
That's
a
what I'm
bandit.
asking.
Yeah,
So,
so you end all movement
all right.
when you hit a bandit. So bandit to the right. Where's my bandit thing? Bandit is player to the right draws 2 fight cards, please. Okay.
You good?
Yep. Yep, you got to cancel the effect card.
Yep.
Yes, I know what a queen does.
All right.
There's nothing else I can do about this.
Fine. So that is one.
So you take her out, right?
Yeah. So that
Gain 1 marshal point or 1.
So we
or
discussed
bottom,
this.
bottom of the fight deck.
This is my
That
color,
gets you
yes.
2
2
anyway.
legendary points. 1, 2. Now you have your
Therefore,
legendary
activating
ability.
my ability. So, and I think I would put.
That one. The one you were
You want the
having.
blue one over here.
You got it. So then you trigger that
I
if you're
trigger
done.
one. Yeah, well, I'm not. That was
Yeah.
my first action. So that activates my legendary. So that would be 2, 3. Because I can move 3 now.
Oh, you can move 3 without a horse with you already,
I
right?
can. Who's this guy?
That's Mike.
That's me,
Okay.
Mr. Non-Bandito.
Yeah, he's not
3.
wanted anymore.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Drink some whiskey on me.
Take the wound. Dropping your hands.
Not yet.
Oh, well, it was down to the right amount anyway.
Alright, so that was that. Now resolving this. Alright, Oval Rabble. They're mostly kids, the rowdy sons of homesteaders and prospectors. In town, they kick up trouble like a desert wind. The sheriff seems to think the devilry is in the work of boys not smart enough to feed mules, but where this is headed is clear. Directly enough, they will be with the Clantons or worse. What? Alright, players that contributed to this may gain 1 marshal point or 1 wanted point. Players that did not contribute to this must lose $20 or gain a wound.
So we both gain a marshal point, I'm guessing.
And if it didn't contribute it, I'll take a wound. It doesn't do that much to me.
So, Mike,
Actually,
30,
you know what?
$30 for you.
20?
yeah, so you either...
I gave $20.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's, I said either or.
There you go. And
Thank you.
then
I think,
move
let
up
me
1
check,
as
I'm
well
pretty
and
sure
gain
I'm
2
good
legendary
on
points.
this.
My first 2
20,
on the
40,
board.
I'll take the
60, 80, 90, 100, and 10, 20. Okay, I'm at max. Time to go unload some stuff. Look where I am. Okay, and then the other thing was... The player who triggered this moves the sheriff up to 3 spaces. Well, sheriff, you're going to have to kind of move. Did you guys get the bandits on C?
Oh,
If there's any?
I think we never. Yeah, that's the one you removed.
1, 2, 3. I think, yeah. Start moving towards the bad guys. And this is end your turn in location outside of town to gain that kind of thing.
Okay. Me?
Yes, sir.
I'll move. Oh, well, first I'll take card.
The whiskey was more because I needed slots to buy stuff.
I have one to get back to you.
I'm sure you did. I mean, you can buy a whiskey right there. Well, no, you give it back to me, then you buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If I want, except.
Yeah, well.
And
you're
it's
gonna
not
get
hurting
20.
me that way anyway,
Yeah.
so.
And actually, you probably, I don't know, you have to end your turn.
So.
Okay. So
Oh, no, it's going to be a bit, says it's my turn. I'm going to go use the little boys.
I'm gonna move over to here, and I'm gonna celebrate drunkenly
Two wonderful
30
things.
to buy a legendary point.
30 for one.
So I'm going to do 120.
4.
4 legendary points and finish that off. So put my token on there. I'm white, yeah. So you move me up 4.
I did.
That was 1 action. No, there's 2 actions because I moved and I went there. I will manhunt and move the sheriff back and gain a legendary point. And that's me, but we resolve this. What's this? Trading post. Wait, is he the other person on here?
No, it was Mike.
Mike. Okay.
You have to read it aloud.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't skipping him if he's on there. Trading post. Furs and pelts hang on the porch in the trading post, like trousers out to dry. Inside are various sundries for pioneers, homesteaders, and the like. The old gal behind the counter is whittling away on a piece of yellow bone like her life depends on it. She looks up from her task, smiles toothlessly, and asks, "What'll it be then?" Players that contribute to this gain 20, 1 provisions, or 1 cattle token from a ranch of their choice. And we spawn bandits on B and C. No, it's 20, 1 provision, or it's or. So it's
Okay,
20
so it's
or
the
1
three
provision,
things,
or...
okay. 20
Is it a choice of one of 3 things, or is it a
Yes.
choice between the last
'cause
2?
It's 20, comma, 1 provisions, or. So comma, or, they're all ors. So it's $20 or 1 provisions or 1 cal token from your choice.
I can't take provisions. I already have 1. I'm not interested in,
Cattle.
well, because if I try to rustle the blue one
Yeah,
up
you
there,
could go right up
it's-
there.
Well,
You can move into her space, become wanted in, and you don't fight.
yeah, I could do that, couldn't I?
You want us to make it an item?
So yeah, I think I will take a blue cattle.
I'm going to take a green cattle. I'm doing the same thing. This just goes anywhere.
Yeah.
Just when you're
No.
Make it okay, they don't have to
Player who triggers moves the sheriff 3. We'll move the sheriff all the way to the corner. We'll do. Actually, we'll go 1, 2, 3. I'll help you out, fellow bandit. Because diagonals count, right? As connected.
Yeah.
So where's? Oh, I'm hoarding these. I think I have to discard down to 5.
And C. Okay, so
It'll be
Lover and then yoga pretzel.
I'll discard sprint.
Okay. It's my go, right?
And you already gave me the.
I was worried that I was holding that
I
up.
did.
Alright. Time to mine.
Good luck.
Can you use the miner?
Double.
Double X's, yeah.
Can you do that action more than once?
Yeah.
Can I combine again?
Yes.
Yeah, you've got additional action. I didn't hear him say anything about
Absolutely, you can.
you robbed the bank a bunch of times if you could hold more money.
Oh, now you're maxed
Okay,
out.
Cool. So that was my second action. Third action.
I mean, you could just. Oh, you don't have
Move.
a.
Nope, I can't.
That was her
Deposit.
third action.
Third was to move. Yep.
Yeah, action to sell at the bank. So for my start, I want 2 poker cards, please.
Oh, what was the thing that was revealed? End your turn and location outside of town.
Yeah.
Alright.
Duel.
All right.
Ah. So it's not arrest or anything.
It's
so you're
a
not
duel.
moving on any of those
I'm
other
dueling.
tracks.
You can't arrest me. I'm a marshal.
What's the benefit of a duel?
I steal his stuff. Or no, rob, I should say, not duel.
You got. Do you have to?
I'm
Oh, you
robbing
can
you.
just rob. You don't have to be wanted already. That'll just move you to wanted. Okay.
Yeah, I'm robbing him. Actually, not dueling him. Because I want to be a bad guy.
Does it have that on this cheat sheet? I don't see
It's
it.
a fight, so we initiate a fight. I think it's initiate a fight, and then you
Oh,
either
fight,
ro-
arrest,
you,
duel,
you
rob
either
another
duel.
I don't know
arrest
what
or
duel
rob.
does. I forgot already.
So we're fighting. Fight another player. Arrest, duel, or rob. So declaration, fight. Okay. Active player declare what type of fight. Okay, it's a rob. Type of fight offers different reward. Attempt to arrest. Blah blah blah. Starting the active player, me. Alter start of fight effects until all effects have been resolved. So
What's the-
start of fight effects. I have none. You have none. The active player then chooses 1 poker card, faces it face down. This is the card they will use in the fight. So I select a card first. And then
Aren't you special up there?
the card used. Target player decide if you will fight or decline.
If I decline, you automatically win.
Correct.
What's the point?
So you're fighting. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Just asking what's the point.
well, sometimes, yeah. Okay. Both players simultaneously reveal a selected card to resolve any bonus effects from abilities, etc., etc. Okay, so simultaneously reveal. If this card is played in a fight immediately, cancel the results of the fight and initiate a new fight,
Okay.
which I will do.
I have no cards. What do I do now?
Oh, you don't have any
I
cards
think
in
it
your
counts
hand?
as 0, I believe.
Really? I believe when you cancel a fight, we draw new cards.
Oh, maybe.
I could be
Well,
wrong.
Hold on a second. I'm getting there.
Donna's working on that, so just
I think it says it on the card. Did he play?
Forces the opponent to discard a poker card. Otherwise, they can.
Okay. Just says you initiate a new fight. It doesn't say that you draw new cards.
Target player must now decide if they're a fight or decline.
Might be in the special card explanation at the end.
They both end in location outside of town.
Well, there's no rewards, penalties, or otherwise. Cancel results of fight. Doesn't say. That's weird. Okay.
You knew it might break the game.
I didn't count how many cards you had. That wasn't the objective.
Yeah,
The objective is to get the high card out of your hand, which was successful.
Or maybe because you have no cards, you have to decline to fight. Maybe, I don't know.
They fight. If they fight, they also choose 1 poker card from the hand, play it face down. This is the card they use in the fight. If they decline, the active player immediately wins this fight. Skip to reward. Okay, we're into reveal. Resolve any bonus effects. That's what I'm resolving.
Fight without cards and ties. Hey. Let's see what it says.
Is that a Whoppers? You actually like Whoppers? Those are always like the low tier Halloween candy. Whoppers and Milk Duds.
I love milk.
You couldn't trade those for anything.
I'm gonna, which obviously means I could play any card and win next, I would say.
As a defender, the chance of fighting without cards is even higher, so I guess I fight without a card.
Yeah. Don't get jumped.
So, one reason to decline a fight is because I want to hold on to the cards.
Potentially.
For whatever reason.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They
That-
get
that would
me
make
more.
sense.
Yeah.
So
If you
I'm
have a plan for
assuming
it
that all I
later.
have to do is throw a card down and I ought to win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So whatever
and-
you want the bonus, I guess, is what you got to choose from. Or just use a low card.
Yeah, if I don't, yeah. Okay, so
Are you revealing it?
it's just a 8.
Nate.
It's another 8.
Okay.
It's not a cancel 8 because it's a reaction 8 that I don't care about. So
So you
I
rob 'em,
choose either half the money, half the gold, round it up.
and you
Additionally,
automatically
I
gain
may
one.
steal a cattle token, which I can't do because I can't have more than
Yeah.
one. So
I don't have
I'll
a cattle token.
take half your money would be what I would be after.
60.
Yeah, half your money, because I need money, and I also get
I want a point.
a wanted point, which yeah, okay. So, Rob, act player and gain a wanted point. Choose to
Shove it.
eat. Discards. Yep. All right. So that was the first action. Second action, 1, 2. Well, actually, I can move 4, but I'm gonna go there and rustle. So I get a wanted point to draw a poker card.
And what's the benefit of that one?
And this one is gain a gold nugget.
Nugget for you.
I get shuffled in.
We haven't had any cards that move the bandits.
They
It
never
said in the
move.
rules that
They don't move.
oh, I thought it said in the rules that
they
they
don't.
might.
No, they sit there
Just
and
a
you get to
sheriff.
go after them and do all
They're
kinds of
victory
nasty things.
points.
So that was 2 actions, right? Okay. Think what I'm going to do. I will institute a move action. I can move 4. 1, 2, 3. This is where I want to go. Wait a minute. No. Oops. Excuse me. I gotta think about that. Wait. Give me a cattle token is what I want. That's what I want.
Oops, sorry. Want another random one? I didn't see that.
That's fine. It doesn't. It's the random one. So
Yeah.
That's why that was 3 actions.
Okay.
And I gain 1 for being right there.
All right, somebody stole my money. But let's see. What did I want to buy
I'm
here?
a bandit.
I need a mount, and that's $50 for a Mustang.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
a mule if you want to do more prospecting things.
No,
you
I
can carry
need to
more
move.
gold.
50. I want 2 poker cards, please. And a Mustang leaves me move 4.
Yes, it does.
Yep, it's pretty useful.
Here's money.
Where
So
even
that
are
was
you?
one action.
Oh, you're over here. Yeah, because you just got robbed. Oh, I thought that was a ponytail. It's a rifle over her shoulder, or his shoulder.
Yeah, some kind of frontier rifle because he's a frontiersman.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
That initiates the fight.
So Bandit, I get 2 fight cards.
So Bandit's easiest to beat up, then the guard, and hardest is the sheriff.
Okay, so what the hell was that? A 6. This is an 8. I don't want to reinitiate the fight. So
Because he can read.
if this card is playing a fight, you may immediately cancel the results and issue another one. I don't want to.
The other player in this fight gains a wound, cannot be canceled.
That happens later, but yeah.
If that's so, in case he wanted to cancel this one, he could cancel that effect.
Yeah, he wants to
No, we're good. I'll take the wound.
So you win the fight.
Win the fight. So that's
Toast.
you
Marshal
gain
point.
a law point or a
30
marshal
bucks.
point.
so we're gonna gain a marshal. But was that me?
A
Is
legendary
that
point
right?
or yeah,
Okay.
or
So that'd be $30.
some more monies.
Let's see here. So that was my second action. Yes. And for my third action, we're gonna go 1,
Where's the
2, 3.
He's going after another one. Or not.
Shouldn't you have
Yeah,
a
you could do another
token
fight.
on one
You
of
could-
those cards because you ended outside of town?
You come fight me.
Who? Me? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you.
Did I end up out? No, I did.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will just end here. And
And outside
that's
of
an
town.
action, right?
Yeah, to take
You
one
want to
back
complete the
action.
card?
Yeah, we might as well complete the card. So let's see what
Do you,
happens.
as a free action, do you want to wrangle?
No, that's to drop off. You to pick it up, right? It
It
takes
Oh,
an action.
It takes
Correct.
action. Yeah.
And that's what we were just
Acquired.
discussing.
Acquired.
Snake oil salesman. At the rickety cart your paths didn't cross. Selling tonics, elixirs, treble remedies, and exotic herbs, the man did so generously offer you a sample of his wares. Players that contribute to this draw 2 poker cards. Players that did not contribute to this may pay $10 to draw 1 poker card.
So who was the other person besides you on there?
It was
Me.
Mike. Dude.
So what do we have to do?
You can pay 10 to get a poker card.
I
if
got
you
no
want.
monies. I drank it all away.
Okay. Player who triggered this moves the sheriff 3 space trigger bandits and see if we don't already have them. 1, 2, 3.
And what?
What is trigger
Because the
bandits?
bandits, well, hold on. The bandits are. See, I gotta go after him because he's in the lead. And Mike potentially could really balloon up there, but can you reach 1, 2, 3? Yeah, he could reach Mike. Alright.
And bandits where?
C, which I think are all full.
Yeah. Okay. So now a fight with Mike. So Shelby is the sheriff.
4 is that what it is? 4 fight cards.
I've not yet gotten to be an NPC.
That's because I'm not doing anything when you're to my right. Okay. I'll play this one. You would.
I do.
Where's Jack?
Player wins. Place the sheriff at the sheriff's office space. No other rewards.
Anything? What did the
May cancel, so I do get the $10.
Yeah, another player in this fight gains $10. Yeah.
$10, please, and I get what else for winning against him?
That's it. And you just
No,
place
there's
the
no
sheriff
real
back
benefit.
at
You
the-
just don't
yeah,
get messed up.
Don't arrest it. That's what.
That's actually beneficial.
Yes. Because it's easier, as we're seeing here, it's easier for the outlaws to gain a lot of victory points.
Oh, we
quickly.
knew that. I knew that going down the outlaw track was a better way to go as far as gaining victory points. We were discussing this last game. It's like, why wouldn't you just go down there and just gain it every turn? But
Yeah.
anyway,
Okay.
That was
triggered
me.
By, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're done? Me?
Yep.
So I've got a full hand. I'll take the 20, I guess.
and I put on this one, so I can't put on this one.
Yeah, you can't do two
Yeah,
simultaneously.
So I'll go move action. 1, 2, 3, and drop this off. Wrangling. Move me one.
Rustling.
Whatever. Move me one. Wanted thing. Gain 30 and draw a poker card. Thank you. Let's go shuffle back over there. I'm gonna finish my move back here. I guess I'm gonna play poker.
$10 up.
So, $10.
Put your hand down. Draw four poker cards for your hand. Put $50 into the kitty and flop 3 cards.
Interesting.
5, 9, ace.
Nice. 5, an ace, and a 9, huh?
Reveal.
Yep.
3 pair.
2 pair.
There's no such thing as 3 pair.
Or 3 of a kind.
3 of a kind. That's better.
Yeah, beats a.
You have to have 6 cards to do
I'm
that.
wondering how that would happen. But
Are you calling me a cheat?
yeah.
Okay, so I win this. I get a legendary point.
If it's your turn, you gain 1 legendary point. Yep.
That was 2. Is that gonna put me? Okay, it
That's
won't
end
end.
of turn.
It
Puts you
won't
in
end.
closing.
No, because it puts me at 19, not 20. So if I gain 1 more, then it'll initiate that. I'm not sure I want to initiate it yet.
At the end of the game, because she'll have the last turn and that's
Correct.
Yeah, so I don't want to go. I'm not going to 20 yet. But if I gain 1 action point,
Why
it
not?
will.
It would make you win.
Yeah.
Well,
Do it.
theoretically that he can counter whatever I add.
I still don't.
Yeah,
I think it will.
Well, 10-point lead, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna.
got arrested. One attempt at being arrested. The attempts.
I would have loved to have reached him, but
Move.
the sheriff moved in wrong directions.
Back to here. And that's my last move is my last action. Shelby.
Alright. So then you gain 3, right?
Yeah, gain up to 19.
Okay. I'm gonna start by selling all of my things there.
Well, you start by 20 or.
Yeah, it would have been 2 of these, and then selling all of my things would give me 120.
Legendary point for each one, right?
Yep. 4.
Your special ability is active now. If it matters.
Okay, and that completes my last goal for selling 4 gold things all at once. So that was my first action.
I'm way up there. So I'd have to go way over there if I wanted. What's this?
I'm going to move to any town space. I'm gonna come over. And I'm going to gain a marshal point. Last action, which Gives
30
me
bucks.
30 bucks, which I don't need because I'm at max.
You're full.
Okay.
All right, so I want no reason to get any more gold, do I? No, so I'll take 2 cards. I get something cool. Of course not. All right. So that will get me 1. The other. So it's. Yeah, that doesn't really. I should. Let's see, I've got a Mustang. And 1, 2, 4. That's only worth 1. That doesn't help because it's legendary points I gotta gain. Gain 1. So if I beat a bandit, I can gain a legendary point, can't I? Okay. And if that's about the only. Gain a legendary point in the saloon paying poker. Okay. Where else can you get legendary
This is where you can
points
get
with
the
a
most
cabaret?
legendary
No,
points.
I
But you need money.
I'm very aware of that. Let's see. So 1, 2. Cabaret takes an action, I'll bet.
Yeah, I think so. We played it as it takes an action when I did it. Yeah, location action.
You have to rebel. Yeah, okay.
That's crazy. 1, 2.
So I can't do both.
Oh, that's what I did when you were in the bathroom. I got drunk and got a lot of victory points.
So I can't do both.
Yeah. Oh, good for you.
Well, I think that's the maximum gain. Plus, I can just I got a 4 horse move. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, look at that! It's 7 away, isn't it? Isn't that just
Yeah,
ducky?
it's.
All right. I'll burn both my. And then I'll cabaret for 60 bucks. 2 legendary points. Play a reaction reputation card to gain another one.
Isn't that when you gain marshal or wanted?
Oh, it is. Oops. Never mind. That'll happen in here. Let's see. That's 1, 2. So I'm going to go up and whack. Oh, no. I have to go legendary points, right? Okay, I need legendary points, not a wanted point gain, so because wanted point won't do me good. It's 1 minute. So go whack the bandit. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go whack bandit A. And give Shelby, Shelby something to do. It's a fight with a bandit, you get 2 fight cards. Yeah, I got to cancel your card, and it's a queen.
No.
And if cards are revealed in a fight, decrease the value of card played against by 1, because I have a Widowmaker. In a fight outside of town, decrease the value of a card played by 1, minus 2. And I canceled whatever I may cancel ability. Oh, I get to draw poker now. I won't cancel that one. Give me the poker card. I'm gonna have to discard one, but that's okay. So I get a legendary point. Woohoo! And the bandit's offed. So the rest of you can't kill him. And I finished my location out of town, didn't I?
Another European picking on the indigenous man.
Let's see what that does for me. And I discard after that because I'll have to discard for a one. Hey, first time I've done this. You can hear them in the mountains. Their voices echoing out across the red desert. Though strange to us, the people of the Mesa have lived off this barren land for longer than most folks can imagine. They are a kind people, even to those that don't deserve no kindness, even to those that drove them up into the mountains. Players that contributed to this gain 1 legendary point. And they may discard a poker card to lose all wounds.
Was I on it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, well, okay.
I may discard a poker card. I don't need 3
so
reaction.
he ended up. Is this the last round or what?
No, because we all go.
She finishes the turn.
Yeah.
So I have 1 turn and then that's it.
Yeah.
Spawn bandits everywhere. So any empty you can't spawn in my location. So nope, can't spawn where a player is.
All right.
That's it.
I get the sheriff 6 spaces. Is it enough?
I don't think so.
If you
1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, interestingly
1, 2,
enough.
3, 4, 5, 6. Gonna try to chase him down.
Yeah.
So he's closer. If you hadn't have done.
All right. So.
And then let's see. I'm at 4 cards, so I don't have to discard any.
2 poker cards, please.
Feels like they put too big of a story deck. We don't go through those as quickly.
No, it's. Interesting.
Should have done
Incentive
that.
to keep playing and see what
Didn't
else
realize
is
I
in
had
there.
that card. I should have done that. Well. Took my best shot at what I could do. Oh, I gained 1 more from being on a bandit turn.
All right. So, pick up this as an action. I think, let me plan this out. So that was 5. Because I move forward with the horse and I can move 1 additional for my special ability. 2 over there.
Either of them you could reach. Any of these 3 you could reach.
There's 2.
Which one's closer to your drop off? Is that what you're looking for?
Oh, there's 1 more round after this one.
Okay.
Finish
perfect.
this round, and
that,
then there's
that
1
determines
more
my actions then.
Okay.
Okay, so pick up that. That's pretty cool.
But it's
And
going to
then-
end on Shelby. So Shelby gets 2, and then that's it.
You finish this round, and then you play 1 more round. Complete round.
4, 5 as my second action. And then I'm going to sprint.
You
to
initiate.
get over.
You immediately end your move and start a fight with a bandit.
Okay, and I move. I didn't even plan on that, but okay. Additional thing. Fine. That's even better.
2 fight cards. Okay, let's see what this does.
Okay. Stick them up. Oh, I did this wrong. Well, you reveal a card. Every freaking time. Okay, it's fine. I got 6 on the board.
So I'm going to cancel this fight. You draw a poker card.
Okay.
These go on the bottom of the deck, and I get 2 brand new ones.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
Yeah, no problem. Go kill him. You're a
That was-
marshal. You
that-
could go kill him.
That's potential, but unfortunately,
Yeah, all right, fine.
Okay, so I got a measly 5. You have an 8. However, -1 because of the gun, -1 for being outside. Nope. So you win.
And you gain a wound.
Okay.
From the card.
Is that it?
A wound from the card and then a wound from losing.
Yeah,
right?
Probably. Player versus bandits.
1 wound and draw a poker card.
Active player defeats. Other players cannot choose to gain. Active player loses to gain a wound and draw a poker card.
Wish you could shuffle it in.
And these two go.
So 2 wounds total. That's what I heard. Huh?
Discard the player poker card. Return all 5 cards while the deck.
Okay, so before I have to discard anything, that was my as a reaction to the end of my movement, and that bandit stays there, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, the bandit's defeat goes.
Oh,
off
it goes
no matter
either
what,
way.
Okay.
Regardless.
So as a reaction to my end of my movement, I'm going to move 2. My third action will be to sell these 2 nuggets, which I believe is 2 LPs. What is it?
2 LPs.
2 LPs and $40.
No, 30 for each.
Or
gold,
60?
20 for each gold. You're right. You're right.
Oh, actually, sorry.
2 LPs.
That's not. As an action, I'm playing this to gain 2 actions. The first action is to sell.
Okay. Yep.
2 LPs.
So you
and
got
4
that. There's the 2.
Yep.
So I have 1 action left, which will be to play a manhunt to gain 1 LP.
Guess where the sheriff's going?
You got it. So I was like, I can't do it directly, but the sheriff will attempt his best to do what he has to do. Also because I had to discard down to 2, so...
And the sheriff is how many cards? against
5.
him?
4?
Is it 4?
4 or 5. The bank is 1 less than the
Player
sheriff.
versus
That's all I
sheriff,
remember.
Is 4 fight cards? Yes. For John. So the sheriff is powerful.
Okay. So now the question is, what does he... If he loses, what happens to
He's
him?
arrested.
Go to the and lose all my.
Yeah, so he loses
things,
that,
go
which
here.
will keep
Loses
3
all these.
victory
Half my
points from
biggest
happening.
objective.
Yeah.
Money.
And
Yeah, half my money, and nuggets rounded up.
Okay.
I gain a wound and a poker card if I lose.
Get your card face down.
I was waiting.
And then I gain 2 or more LPs, I believe, right?
4.
You did because you gained 2 from the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
From a single action. He gained 2 from the single action.
I didn't see the story card. Okay.
And the
reveal.
card that I played gives me 1, I believe.
Gained what?
Yeah, gain 1 LP.
Well, you did. You got 3 so far.
Reveal.
Yep.
Jack.
I believe the sheriff wins the ties.
Yes. And Steve all win with ties.
But you gain $10.
Bonus. If played in a fight, cancel any wounds I would gain and heal 1 wound.
Okay, good for you, Doc.
He's arrested.
Am arrested. Get half my money. Round it up.
Brought to justice, finally.
And it drops me down off the wanted track, which is really what you wanted.
Correct.
Everything else doesn't matter. It's 3 less legendary points. Well, 2 less if he gets back on it.
Yeah, if he gets back on it.
Or he gets on this one. Doesn't matter which one you get on. It's 1 legend. Yeah. Well, 2 turns, 2 legendary points. Theoretically, but.
Still 15.
So that was the end. Yeah, that was it. You played Manhunt, right? So you've discarded down to, and there's no finish of the thing. So it is his turn.
My turn. Completely ruin my plans.
Yep.
That's okay.
Hey, it's something.
So,
Okay. So then I got $10, so I can go play poker and make some money. Ooh. Don't think so. What is this?
no.
That would only get me that, which doesn't do me anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the monies. I will payday to gain another 30.
As an action. First
Yes.
action.
I'll move. And my last action,
Get the
I'm
cards.
going to spend money.
Mhm.
Upgrade the Mustang to
Yeah.
Poncho and the shotgun to Badger.
What's going on? Discard it?
You know, those need to be
Give me
discarded.
the-
Yeah.
There you go.
So that was 50 and 20. 50, 20. Well, upgrade the revolver too.
Yeah,
Can't buy
you
anything
gave me
with
the
that.
move, the extra action, which is what I
Oh,
needed.
and I'll buy the whiskey, heal another wound.
I don't think we
Go
can
ahead,
catch it.
the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm like
Alright,
I'm fighting for
that's
third
it.
right now.
Well, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
done.
Problem is,
Yeah,
I still was able to do most of what I wanted to do.
good for you.
All my money.
Sorry,
for
I'm not
4
trying to gloat.
LP.
I'm
No,
just
I'm not. I'm just saying good for you. Like, I don't care if you're gloating or not.
and you then get that.
Yes. And then those move and do that. That
Did
was
you
2,
spend
I have
80?
1 left.
Yeah, I spent over 80.
I'm gonna move back.
So do we get another turn, or what's going on?
Yes, we have another complete turn.
Okay, end of my turn. Story card.
Story cards. Let's tell us.
It is me and John.
Yay! The lawful duo.
Bad lot them Clanton boys are. One
Yeah.
just as close-fisted as the next, and all of them happier than a buzzard to see the light go out in a man's eyes. Players that contribute to this draw 1 poker card.
Thank you.
And 1 for me.
That's it.
They must fight the Clanton gang, which draws 3 fight cards. Players that win draw 2 poker cards in addition to any other
You're now
penalties or
drawing 3 fight
rewards.
cards.
Oh, I'm
'cause
an
you're the right
NPC.
of her. You're the Clanton gang.
The whole gang.
So, do we fight individually first? Like, how does
I
this work?
do not know how that says.
It says they must fight the Clanton gang.
Yep.
Which draws 3 fight cards. Players that win draw 2 poker
So,
cards.
you
we
could
must
Probably
lose.
my one
I could
card
win.
against
We
could
the
both
other.
win.
1 card
Yeah.
against okay.
And he puts down 1 card and works against both of you.
Correct.
That's
It's
interesting.
actually not bad.
It's interesting.
This could be. I mean, I can't lose any more wounds than I already have.
What do they get if they win?
2 poker cards in addition to
Regular-
other penalities or rewards.
Yeah, the regular rewards plus.
So you're killing
So
a
they're
bandit.
a bandit, so
Yeah.
you gain a... I don't have that many good choices. I don't like that.
Oh, look at that. Look what you can do with the sheriff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, because
No, but he's not on the
I'm
one
not.
yeah, he is
anymore.
not.
He's the
he
only
is,
one who
yeah.
wanted.
Yeah.
But he's
He's the only one who
far
could catch
away.
up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, dropping this down.
He finally saw the way of the law at the end of the game. All right, so I got
I was just having fun.
a 6. What do you got?
Have a 10.
Got a 2, but you guys each gain a wound and lose 1 legendary point.
Okay, that the legendary point sucks. So I still win the fight. So that's what.
2 poker cards and any other benefits.
So.
So
two
you can
poker-
get a marshal point, or because it
A
counts as a
legendary
bandit, right?
Right.
So
So
you
a
can-
marshal point for me is for
So either
legendary
you
points.
wash on the legendary point, or nice.
You want the marshal point?
Yeah, I'll take the marshal.
30
points
bucks.
for 30 bucks.
But you lose a legendary point.
Jeez,
you
we already
wash.
took care.
I
Those
did
are
that
taken
already.
care of.
Okay, then we spawn bandits on B. Anybody's
And does the
Okay.
sheriff move?
There's
Sheriff
no
is gonna move only 3
bees here.
spaces. The only person who is wanted is Mike, so he's
So
gonna
he's
have
gonna
to
go
move
in that
3 towards
direction.
Mike.
All right.
Make a
Alright.
bandit. For
Where's
free.
this one?
Oh, for B.
Because you both just did that. Immediately.
Oh, okay. Well, there's
So,
that one goes away.
Well, can a bandit spawn where the sheriff is? I'm guessing so, right? I mean, the sheriff doesn't
as
care
far as
about
I
bandits.
understand, when you do a story card,
Yeah.
you put tokens on. Well,
Yes.
you both just
Let me
did that.
just so we get another okay.
But it said earlier you can only put 1 token.
One of your
turn.
own.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can't put 2 on.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Trouble follows these boys like a dog. Lawmen and outlaws alike scour the mesa for their ace in the hole with the hopes of putting an end to their wanton ways. Players that contributed to this card draw a poker card.
Okay.
They must now fight the Burrow Gang.
Three
fight cards. Players that win.
This is funny.
That's right. The law is gonna come at the end.
Pew, pew, pew.
This is funny.
Pew
That's
pew
all
pew
I've
is
got to
right.
say. Hopefully you can win this fight.
I think I got a good chance.
If he draws another one of those rude cards.
I'm gonna discard. I have a few too many. I got two.
Well, you don't discard them now. You've got a
Okay.
fight to.
All right.
It's at the very end of your turn.
All right. Cool.
The first thing resolves is story cards in the end phase, not discard.
Yeah. All right.
Wow, this is ridiculous. Like, the choices I have to make right now are pretty stupid.
Well, you can auto lose and decline.
No, it's just, what do I want to... No, yeah, this is the best. Because this is...
It's a bandit fight.
No, the bandit fight is fine. If I win it, I gain...
You gain a wound and draw a poker card. You can't gain any more wounds.
But I can gain a marshal point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, alright, fine. Then winning it is.
That's the objective.
Queen.
I've got a 10, but I'm going to...
You have to give up your special.
Yeah.
Each of you guys get a...
Either way, I was getting
Hold on.
one, so hold on to it, or what? Yeah.
The reactions, you got to wait for all
Okay.
reactions.
Reducing that by 2.
Okay.
He still loses,
Yeah,
but he
but
still
it would,
wins.
Yeah, he can still win.
That's okay, you win too.
Can I play more? I can
Yeah,
play more
sure.
than one reaction though, right?
You can do whatever reactions it allows you to.
More.
Watch
Watch
out.
It says you
Yeah.
can. It says
I
you
can
can
only
only do
play
one.
one of those.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think I have another one.
So that's an interesting question. She reduces the value of that card. And let's just say
What is it?
it's a queen.
So it's
Queen.
down to a 10.
Is that for both of us?
Correct.
Interesting. I mean,
It's
I
a-
win no
it's a
matter what.
10.
Yeah. Okay. So can you beat a 10?
Oh, so she's got a 10.
Yep.
Correct.
So
But
does the tie goes to
NPCs
the...
NPCs win all ties.
Oh, okay.
Well, not in my case, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Oh wait, NPCs would. In a player, I win ties
Correct.
Yeah.
automatically.
Okay.
Which sounds surprised you weren't sticking
Nothing
up
else
more
you can
people
do for
left
it?
and right.
Nope. All right. So I draw a poker card and gain a wound. I do.
You win, so
Yep.
you gain a marshal point or a legendary point.
Well, we're gonna
You
go
also
from,
get a poker card for the queen, both of you guys.
We're gonna go to a marshal point.
$40.
$40.
Okay. Players that
I had
also
ones
win,
that could have prevented you from getting marshal points, but I wasn't.
Players that also win may lose all wounds
Not
in addition
on top,
to
randomize on the
rewards.
bottom. When, huh?
Oh, you can
Winner
heal
can also
yourself.
lose all wounds.
You. That's good for you. That's a whole 3 points not taken off.
Okay.
Give him his $40, please.
And that maxes me out.
B. Do we have any B spots? B.
They were
That
already
was
just filled
actually
up.
major
Okay.
fortuitous.
And sheriff moves 3 spaces. All right. Now
And this
I
is
need to
discarded?
discard-
Done having fun.
No, I need to discard down to.
I don't have to discard. I'm down to 2
4.
cards. That was a whole messing of like round up
So
the
if I
posse.
want
We're gonna
to
go
try
hang some
to-
bandits
Oh, I'm right there, aren't I?
for whatever you want to do.
For the rustling. I'm right there.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah, kind of. You just gotta move a space.
So the question is whether I want more money or what. Okay. This is my last turn. I'm waiting for her to...
Sorry.
That's all right. I'm just going to wait because what I do might determine what you discard. Who knows?
It's fair.
Never know.
Alright.
So you're discarded?
Discarded because I
Down to
add
4.
1 to my hand
yeah.
size, so I have 5.
Aren't you neat?
Yeah.
All right, so for my first action, I'm gaining 2 actions.
You go. Now or never, man.
So I have 4
Now
actions
4
now.
There you go.
actions. Yep.
All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is rustle on my way through. I'm going to drop off some rustled cattle.
Where are you going?
To the blue spot first, and then I'm going to move 3 down to... Oh, first thing is 20... I need $20.
I don't know if it's worth points at the end of the game, but whatever. I'm not sure. Yeah. Let's go. You might be doing something else.
I am doing something else, and I'm going to end my movement in the cabaret. So I'm dropping off this token as a rustler, gaining $10 in an action. So I'm still at 4 actions.
Congratulations. Okay. Mix that up with the.
And at the cabaret, I'll spend, what, 30 to gain a legendary point?
Yep.
Oh, I gained an outlaw point, too, for rustling, didn't I?
Yes.
And when I did, I reputationed myself a legendary point. So now
Okay, so 2 legendary points.
Yeah.
Wait, so not on here?
Yes,
No, I
got
gained
one.
that.
Okay.
Got 1 and 2 there.
Okay. That's so I'm now at 3 actions. Let's go down here and shoot him up with a bandit just for fun because it won't hurt me. Okay, so bandit. Yeah,
Yes.
two fight cards, and I'm fighting the bandit.
Gain a wound or.
Played in a fight, cancel any
Gain a
wounds I
wound
would
you
gain,
gain,
and then lose a wound.
Very
So,
nice.
and I
Okay,
win.
And you win, yep.
Yeah, so having defeated El Bandito
All the way down the canyon.
gains me a legendary point, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, one point. Or a marshal point, but you probably don't want that.
You think?
No, it's no. So there's my legendary point, and I'm down to 2 actions now, right? So I'll take 2 actions. What do I want to go do to something or somewhere? Nothing much. I can't use that card. So I have 1 card left. Can't do that. Can't do that. So I have 2 actions left to do something of some sort, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll mine for gold. What the heck? Nothing else to do at this point. Hey, 2
gold.
nuggets. It's 1 short of what I needed,
Yeah.
but and there's no turns left. But there we go. I got nuggets. That's it.
All right. So me,
Yes.
You
spend
did the
$80
best
more
I could
and your
do.
location outside of town.
So we can do.
So let's just go deliver this cattle. 1 action. Oh, 2 poker cards, please. Let me see what I draw. That can actually potentially change things just a little bit. This is stupid. Okay, fine. More of this. So first action, go down there. So that was 1, 2. Gain 1 additional marshal or wanted point. So we're gonna go with a marshal point.
$40.
And then dropping off cattle gives you a marshal point.
it can.
So let's do that for 6.
Drop me off cattle. You're at the rail station. Yeah, gain a marshal point.
So this is worth 6.
Yep,
So I'll
now
gladly
you got
take that.
6. There's your 40
Oh,
from
People are catching up.
spot 4.
I am a max. Thank you, though.
Oh.
I appreciate it. I don't have any more money. So that was 2 movement. 2. And I can continue movement because that's a free action. 2. I move 5. The horse and my special ability. Oh, there's Mike.
And you're a marshal, he's an outlaw.
Man, that is true. And I can't reach a town, can I, to spend money or do anything like
That's
that?
fine. Didn't need my 1 that I gave. Yeah, it's not going to affect me. You can feel free to beat up on me all you want. That's not going to affect me.
Oh, you're gonna get beat up in a different way.
I have, yeah, you can steal my
No,
gold.
it's no, I'm not. I would put me down and
As an
lose me
outlaw.
3 victory points. I'd
Yeah.
rather not do that. No, but what we will do. So that was the first action. The second action is to go on a manhunt for another legendary point instead of a marshal, because I'm maxed out on the marshal track. Because that,
What do
if
you
you
wanna
maxed
move
out
her?
on that, that just give you another.
Gives
Legend.
you 1 more legendary point.
So either way, we move the sheriff towards Mike because he's the only outlaw on the board. And we're gonna do it again for another legendary point. And then the sheriff tries to bring Mike to justice.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter.
Thematically, if all the
There's
outlaws,
no returns.
if all the outlaws get redeemed, no, I get it.
I like how we've definitely narrowed the gap in those last 2
100%.
turns. It's
Well, except for I don't know what Shelby's got up her sleeve, but yeah, that's
she
she's
gets
the only
to finish. So
Yeah. So that's what I mean. I don't know what she's got.
Somebody want to pick the?
Who is it? Is it me?
No, it's
Shelby.
Shelby.
The last fight for
Trying
the
to arrest
sheriff,
me.
probably.
Last fight of the
Four.
sheriff.
See if you can take him to jail, and we got rid of the Colton gang.
It's gonna do
Got rid
nothing
of
to
all
me at
sorts of
all.
things.
Thematically speaking, it gets rid of the bandits, and everybody's brought to justice. That's all it does. I was after the victory points. That's all I cared about. I wasn't going after Mike, and yeah. And I had another manhunt in my hands, so I was like, really? This is what I end up
Do
with?
something at least. Gain a.
That's funny.
That's what I was like. Okay.
I lose.
Alright.
I'm arrested.
You're arrested.
get
The
a
sheriff
wound,
is now
Just,
much closer to the other bandit,
No, he's
potential
not.
bandit.
lose
You
your
now
wound.
lose half
That's what I'm
your
trying to get
gold
at.
and your-
There is
You
Oh,
gain a
no,
wound.
There
You
is
lose
literally
half
no
your-
Gold
no outlaws.
too.
Yeah, who cares?
Justice has prevailed.
The wound's the one that matters because that's 1 victory point.
I guess. But yeah, I hear what you're saying.
It's
Okay.
not. It's
so
-1 card, not -1 LP.
Did you end
No,
your
at the end of the game,
location?
it's -1 LP.
Are you still going?
I haven't gone yet.
Oh,
We're
okay.
still-
Yeah, we're not even there yet. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so did Ivan finish his? Was the question.
I haven't gone yet.
Okay, so then it's you just finished, right? So it's
Correct.
Ivan's
I
turn.
just all I
Okay.
did is move and you fought with the sheriff.
So it's my turn?
Yes.
I want cards or do I want money? I'll take
Yeah, I was literally after the theme of just like no outlaws. Oh, and this is shuffled back in here for anybody who wants to go rustling cattle or whatever it is that you guys do.
We haven't done duels. What are duels? How does that resolve?
It's on
It
your-
doesn't say, it just says it's
It's a
choice.
fight.
But what is the benefit?
Gain 2 legendary points if you win.
2.
That's it. Yes.
And
If you're the
potentially-
active player, you gain 2, or if you're defending,
If you
can you
win.
still gain?
If you win.
Winning
period.
the fight gains 2 LPs. That's right there.
potentially you could cause a wound to somebody.
Well,
Or
you
two.
can take a wound and draw a poker card if you're a loser.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that's -1 victory point at the end of the game, basically. So potentially you could do that in the consideration of a 3-point tie. Currently, who knows what's in these legendary tokens and. Oh, you don't have money. I was like, why don't you just go revel? But never mind.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you don't have money. That's an easy way to score a bunch of.
Yeah, I saw. That's like you get your 120, you go
Yeah,
get drunk and lose it all.
a legendary drunkard.
That's Doc Holiday.
Fair.
Okay, that's 2. That's 1.
I'm done.
We're done.
So was my coffee. I wonder if there's any coffee left. Be right back.
Okay. We
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go and move 1, 2, 3. fight him. So
Give me the 2 cards since John. Six.
Jack.
The other player gains a wound. Wound cannot be
If you would
canceled.
gain it,
Cannot be canceled.
I still heal a wound, so.
Wash.
And
But
you
I
won the
gain. I want to fight, so I gain a point. Where is it? Or marshal point. Marshal point doesn't do too much for me. Still 1 point. So we'll do the 1 victory point. I'm gonna sprint at the. Like
No,
he did.
no, well, yeah.
We already let him do it.
Yeah, that's an illegal move, by the way, both of you. Because your move immediately ends and you have to play the sprint at the end of your move.
Right.
You hit a bandit, your move auto ends. Get no further.
But for consistency's sake,
Yeah.
I'm
I looked it
ending
up.
here.
Illegal move.
I am walloping you, so you get a wound and I get to look at your hand.
I have no hand.
Oh, you have no hand.
I'm
Yeah, you just lost to the sheriff.
I what?
Lost to the sheriff.
Yeah, so you get a
The
wound.
sheriff can't come after me. I'm not an
No,
outlaw.
you just
No,
did.
before.
Past
you
tense.
did
You get a, you gained
last
your wound.
turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Since you
Fine.
have nothing,
I lose.
so I get 2 victory points for dueling you.
Give me a poker card.
And I gain. Oh, I gained a poker card for beating that guy. Oh, we'll do that. I still
So
have
incidentally,
2
that'll put you
One
on the
action.
outlaw, right?
Dueling.
No,
Yeah.
dueling's just dueling,
He was robbing him.
not robbing.
I don't have anything to be stolen.
But like putting him on the outlaw gives him a victory, legendary point. Does that make sense?
I understand.
Yeah.
Chose not to go on either
I
track.
guess
He had a chance.
I will duel you again. There's nothing else to do. So I'm just shooting you to a
No,
bunch.
wait. You.
I had a king gain an extra action guy.
Oh.
So why did it go
I
there?
didn't-
I dropped it.
Yeah. King.
Yeah.
Oh, you put him on the.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. So I guess I'll shoot you again.
This time he has a card.
This time you have a card.
You gave me a card last turn because
Yep.
you chose to shoot me.
So shootout.
5.
Minus
Fight-
any
I may cancel the
reductions.
result of that fight and initiate new, but nah. What's the 5 do? Nothing.
Okay, so we're
Another
in
2 for
town.
me.
We're in town. I
Okay.
reduce your value by 2.
So
Or
it's
by
a
one.
6.
Still
But
win.
7.
I can't take any more wounds.
Yeah. And
So you're.
Oh,
2.
I can't play it though.
Yeah,
That's it. All right, my turn. Final turn. Here we go.
And I'm not.
First action. I'm gonna pay $20.
Okay, so you can't wallop me twice.
I didn't. The wallop was a card.
Correct. You cannot wallop without moving.
I didn't. I walloped you once.
Okay, so I
The
thought you
second
walloped
one
me a
was a
second.
duel.
I dueled you
dueled.
twice.
Okay.
Okay, I would gain 20 from starting my
Just-
turn, but I'm gonna pay 20 to upgrade my revolver because I'm in.
Okay, hang on for just 1 second. So did you end your turn outside of a location?
I didn't.
Okay. And did you spend 80? No.
No.
Okay. Just want to make sure there
Okay.
was nothing going on here.
I'm going to gain a marsh point, which gives me 4.
There you go.
1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to
another 2
reaction
soon.
and gain another one.
Nice.
Okay, so that was 2 actions done there, and for my third one,
Well, the
I'm
reaction's
just
not
going
an
to.
action.
I know. I upgraded my card,
Oh, okay.
and then I played an action card to gain a marshal point.
missed
The
the-
reaction,
missed the first part.
1 movement point that puts me outside of town, and I will resolve
See what
that,
happens.
and this will be the end.
Yay, what you got going on? It's me and you on this one.
All right. Homesteaders. Out in the red rocks and sand, homesteaders eke out and cut a dry life from the land. Some are friendly, while others prefer their privacy. Folks that wander too far from the mesas stagger up to their doors with want of Adam's ale and grub. The unlucky ones are greeted with rifles instead of generosity. Players that contribute to this gain 1 provision or lose all wounds. I can gain a provision.
I guess I'll gain a provision.
You probably want to lose the wounds
That's
because it's
not a
minus
provision.
1 point.
Oh, I did grab a wrong card.
Yeah, Shelby. If you lose the wounds, that's
Okay.
Yeah, that's better for you. You're not wounded, right? Yeah.
Place 1 gold nugget on each ranch, which are the places where the...
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's really
doesn't
not going to
matter.
matter.
After a player ends a move action on the ranch with the gold nugget, they can gain it if able. We spawn bandits on B. And the player who triggered this can move the sheriff up to 3 spaces if there's nobody to fight.
not that it matters, but when I gain the provisions, I gain a poker card.
Yes, we both. Yeah. But that's it. We're done. It's over. Now,
Finito. Now we count everything
count
up.
everything up, right, and add it to
So
our
reveal
track.
your legendary tokens. I've got 6.
Lucky dog.
6. You have 31.
And I've got
Put
8.
him back down here.
I've got 10.
So he's got 1 point.
I've got 10 total with those in my items.
So you get another 4.
Can you move me up 7, Mike?
7. 1, 2, 3,
Up to
4,
27.
5, 6, 7.
You guys
And I
added your
got
marshal ones?
7,
Not yet.
8, 9, 10 added to this. Gives me 24.
Nice
and
job.
then, you got an extra 3.
Yep.
And I got an extra 2. Still winning, but 35 points. So.
Oh, I thought Mike was going to be in second, though. You guys jumped over him with...
You jumped on him, and I mean, I sent the sheriff after him.
Well, he
but
didn't
that
lose,
wasn't-
he didn't
that
lose
didn't
any
ch-
from
no.
me beating him up, though.
Yeah, that.
I just gained.
Actually, it's 3.
Okay.
Alright, we'll stop this.
You gain 1.
And then we'll be
loss
back
of 1,
with,
loss of 1 for a wound.
Yeah.
Okay. 34. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We'll be back in about 5 minutes to give you our thoughts on the game.
This obviously happened because everybody went after me and not you.
Yeah.
And yeah, 3 against 1 is going to
I mean, I did
put
get
me down there instead of
arrested,
going after
so...
you.
Okay.
Well, we're...